Sports Game Show until a moment ago. Now I hope you get your butt wiped again.
Whoa. That means something else.
It's time to get you up to speed on all things sports.
Yes!
With plenty of nonsense in between.
Oh, look! Here comes our fearless producer!
Gwynn and Chris starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
Indeed, we are ready to roll here on this Tuesday afternoon. Welcome in to Gwynn and Chris, Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matthew Skraby here with you for 4 hours. We got a new format.
Go ahead.
New format.
Never mind me over here. Look at this that I got handed by our producer.
Well, they're on time. You got him before the show started.
They're out of
I
order.
even got him for you.
They're out of order, and they're now horizontal on the page.
He did change the look up a little bit today.
I have no idea what's happening on the show today, Tony, so please take it away.
And by the way, it can't be handed to you out of order because it prints in order.
Well, you somehow messed it up.
I shuffled them on the way here. I wanted Chris to put together a puzzle.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do over here.
This is
How is this different than a vertical sheet? I went from vertical to landscape to save room on the sheet.
Let me ask anybody out there: have you ever read anything on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper in a horizontal fashion?
It's
Never,
the same
ever.
It's the same as in a vertical fashion.
We've been looking at pieces of paper since the beginning of time, and the writing goes from the top to the bottom, not like that.
This comes at a time.
Skraby,
this comes at a time in which we came into the show with a great idea today. We were going to, Chris. We celebrated Chris yesterday, or at least I celebrated Chris yesterday in his fantasy football championship. He's the champ is here,
right?
And
you would think he'd be happier.
And he's happy. He's definitely happy. However, if you guys caught our OT yesterday, he feels a way, and that way is he thinks it would be a nice gesture if Sam Levitt, the runner-up in the championship,
who I come to find out was exchanging phone calls all weekend long with his new best buddy Matt Skraby.
We were
hoping that he could beat me.
He didn't.
And Skraby was like sweating it out like it was his team playing against me.
He didn't ask me for like advice or anything. He was just like, "Will you please send good vibes into the air?" And I said, "Yes, I will."
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, he probably called everybody.
He knew you were on his side at the very least.
Of course. Well, you think I want Chris to join the
no,
champions?
You did not. Look, there's two things.
He was the only one who has it in this room.
There's two things that I root for at the beginning of every year.
Right.
One is me to win, and two is Skraby not to win. So
you were already one up there going into that game.
I get it that he's rooting against me because that's kind of the way we do things. But I thought it was funny that Sam and he were, going back and forth all weekend trying to figure it out.
And so in that process, this bond has been made between Sam and Matthew.
Evidently.
We've been friends for a long time.
I'm not friends with Sam? I mean, apparently not.
He would call you, I can't speak for him, but I view it as coworker, not friend.
Okay, fair enough. Coworker, not friend.
I know that. I know that burns him a little bit.
To get to my point, though, if you watched OT, Chris felt like it would be a nice gesture of Sam, the runner-up,
right,
to issue a
drop
congratulations.
Me a quick text. Congrats, you beat me.
And so
we'll see you next year.
We obviously discussed that on OT, and the idea was then brought up to possibly get Sam on the phone today.
Right, to see what he would actually say about, like, whether he would be apologetic as if to say, you're right, I should have sent you a congratulations, or shut up, I'm never going to send you a congratulations.
It would have been a nice bit. Unfortunately, Sam is out of town, and so we can't quite.
He's way out of town.
Yeah.
The guy goes and gets some People magazine. He's a world traveler now.
By the way, nobody else, does everybody know about that, and where would people go to find that?
Go to his Instagram.
Yeah. Sammy was featured in People magazine. That's a pretty big deal.
That's why we call him Sam the Great.
Was it the sexiest man of the year issue, or
I don't think he got that one.
It wasn't in there.
I don't think he got that one, but
it was for his
he's
clip.
in people.
It was for his clip,
Yeah.
When he says and now it's
like this is basically the end of the year.
Yeah.
It's end of the year announcement.
And so they put him in people for
Gone
that
viral.
because it has been used
everybody
so
uses it.
many times.
You see some of the biggest stars using Sam Levitt's voice.
It's gone viral.
It has.
Yeah.
It has indeed.
All right, good for him. But anyway, look, this has not kept me awake at night. It has not angered me in any way. I just think it's a nice touch. I'm going to go back in time share, but I remember a long time ago, the Seattle Supersonics, this is how long ago, were the defending NBA champions, and the Lakers beat them in the Western Finals. It was Magic's first or second year. I think his first year. And after the game, they were in the Laker locker room and everybody was celebrating. And Dennis Johnson came in with his uniform on and congratulated everybody in there. I thought it was a class move. I really did. I don't think I could have done it.
Dennis Johnson was a class act.
I couldn't have done it. I could never go congratulate the guy team that just beat me, but he did. And Sam Levitt didn't.
Wait, so Chris said he couldn't congratulate the guy who beat him, but he wants someone to congratulate.
That's what I heard.
Wait, you're telling me that basically Chris is walking into the room with those trumpets.
Did I do that?
Everybody, please recognize me for being great.
I kind of wish I did that now, since you're going to tell everybody that's what I did.
The same thing. Chris could never do it, but he wants Sam to do it.
Oh, that would have loved to hear Sam's point of view on this one. All right, we've done enough kind of messing around today. Mark Ziegler.
What is on the show? Because my sheet is sideways. I can't see anything over here.
Mark Ziegler will join us.
Is this the Bill House Studios, or what does that say there? We
are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how.
We know how. I just don't know how to read.
I sang it last night on the Skraby Show. I was like, call 1-800 Bill House. Bill House.
I've definitely seen that commercial once a day, at least once a day. Mark Ziegler will join us later on in the 2:00 hour. Talk a little Aztec hoops. The Daily Gambit returns, of course, in its regular 3:00 spot. We do on a Tuesday have our first 2026 game of Fantabulous Sports Game Show. Hey, new year, new you. Scrape.
0-0. Everybody starts out 0-0, Scrape.
You know what I tell myself on January 1st every year? Scraby, this is your year to win the Fantabulous Game Show.
I would think, you haven't been.
That's some serious mental gymnastics right there to get you there.
Here's the problem. You haven't been close enough to Tony for us even really to keep track.
You're right.
So maybe I'll try to keep track this year if you can keep it close in January.
I think you should keep track anyway, just because when I'm down 30-0, it will be funny.
Yeah, no, I think that's accurate as well. Let's talk some Padre baseball. Hasn't been a lot since before we went on the little vacation there with Michael King and the signing of Sung. Now we start to look. We turn the corner. We're about a month and a week away from a little bit, actually less than a month and a week, less from pitchers and catchers.
35 days now. Yeah, exactly 5 weeks.
5 weeks
from today
away from spring training. And there's a few different ways we can go. AJ Cassavell had an article out about some of the remaining holes, if you will, for the Padres. And then on top of that, who wrote the reclamation project?
It was an MLB.com.
That was an MLB.com. Kind of having some players that maybe we think could be reclamation projects for the Padres.
Basically would be somebody that's better than they showed.
Yes.
And meaning you might be able to get them for cheaper than you normally would have to pay.
For example.
Or there's at least one case in here where I would say he coming off one of his better seasons as a pro, and Harrison Bader.
Yeah. Oh, he did have a good year, yeah.
Where I don't know that he had quite reached to that level, and I think that's why he could be a guy that the Padres
could
take.
He'd be a great fit. He's an unbelievably good defensive
player.
Defender.
He
can play every outfield position.
He plays like his hair's on fire all the time. I kind of like that.
He's a gamer. I like him. Let's sign him. Let's just do it.
I know you wanted him last year before. I think, did he sign with the Twins? Is that where he went before he was traded?
That's where he was.
He ended up. I'm pretty sure he ended up with the Phillies because
he did. But I think he started with the Twins.
Yes, he bounced his way onto my fantasy team in the last couple of months and did quite well.
Here's some of the other names.
Fan of his.
Marcell Ozuna. That's going to be thrown around.
No way.
That's going to be thrown around.
He's not going to come here. The Padres, I think, have decided correctly, in my view, not to dabble in players that have some sort of sordid past.
I don't disagree.
And I just think Ozuna's not worth it. There's other guys.
Now, here's a name I could really see coming to San Diego trying to win a championship. Max Scherzer.
Please.
For cheap. Put him at the 5 starter.
Please.
Boom.
Here's the thing with Scherzer. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tony. Can a star, a player of the caliber, the star wattage of a Max Scherzer, slide in as a number 5 starter and just kind of quietly contribute?
I think Max could.
I don't think he can.
I think Max could.
Really?
I don't. He has, although his bark with umpires may seem like he carries himself in a way that is of star, like as you would think of a star. In the clubhouse, he doesn't carry himself that way.
Okay.
And I think he also is a realist. I think he'll be able to recognize, even if he's the number 5 to start the season, if he goes out and pitches the way he's capable, that is going to get reshuffled anyway. I don't think he has an ego that would prevent him from coming to a place that he wanted to come to.
Well, let's be honest. He never signed here, but in our mind, he was traded here, so he owes us. To come spend some time.
He does. Do you think he could pitch in the same park he gave up the Slam Arena?
Yeah, I'm sure he could.
Do you think he wakes up every once in a while in the middle of the night and thinks about that Grand Slam?
He's probably pitched a couple of shutties in this ballpark too. So.
Knowing Max, he would definitely, if he signed here, he would definitely be prepared for that question and have something funny to say about it.
That's it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with picking up a veteran of that ability.
Right. And I think the key here
that
is because these are reclamation projects, they may not cost top dollar.
Yeah, agreed.
And so, as
I say you're 2 for 3, Scrabe. Who else you got?
Well, MLB.com said Harrison Bader, so we're 3 for
2 for 3.
That's 2 for 3. He gave you the offer, Marcell.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And then 2 former Padres, Luis Ariz and Victor Caratini, which AJ Casville did mention that Victor Caratini is out there and maybe would be a good backup catcher.
Well, he's always been a good backup catcher wherever he's gone. Do we not have a backup catcher who we're invested in? Or are we going to muck that situation up with Campusano again?
Here's the thing.
Before we even start?
I would say it depends on how much it's going to cost you, because I don't know that you need to go out and spend an extra dollar on the backup spot.
Yeah.
You already have someone that can be a backup. At least –
like every dollar is going to count, isn't it?
Right. Like at least going into the year, for me, is going to be, if not every day, close to it. And whoever your backup is, I think you can afford to take a chance on whoever that may be without spending a ton of money, when you could be directing that money elsewhere on the roster. I don't think the backup catcher spot is.
So I agree with that. And then Ariz, I am just torn. 50-50.
Are you torn because of the heat you got? Or are you torn?
I sure am, Tony. The further Ariz stays away from this ballpark, the more relaxing it is for me.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I mean, I honestly, how many months has the season been over now? 4 months?
It feels like
I
a month.
I still get reminded on people that get mad at something I say. About something completely different, and they go, well, it's just like the stupid Ariz takes you had. So I still hear all this all the time.
I have major NFL breaking news right now. Major.
Am I going to be happy about it?
I don't know. I don't want to give anything away.
Okay.
That's not it then.
Let's go to break.
Oh, no, they did not fire Mike McDaniel.
Okay. Well, then
you had to think about it. Do you want to go to break?
Yes.
Let's go to break.
Yes.
You're going to make people wait for it.
Let's go to break. On the other side, big breaking NFL news.
By the time we come back, every single person listening is going to have gone and found out what it is.
That's fine. They can do that if they want to ruin it, but they
don't ruin it for yourself. More Gwynn and Chris on the other side.
Enjoy more ways to
can wait another moment or so. Gwynn and Chris back on 97.3 The Fan.
Gwynn or Chris.
Yeah, or either of us are here. Remember to listen today around 5:30. We'll announce today's biggest fan. And that winner will have a chance to qualify for a night in our Odyssey Suite at a Padre game coming up this season. All of the fan staff will be there. It's catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. If you haven't registered yet, please do so at 973thefansd.com/biggest fan. If you're registered, your name could be called, just like our winner at 5:30 later today will be called. All right, quick notes. Cliff Kingsbury out, offensive coordinator in Washington. Matt Eberflus,
Here you go.
Cowboys wised up. Got rid of him as defensive coordinator.
Chris has these things about against
it's
some
funny.
people.
I went to pick up my little meal prep yesterday, and I ran into one of the
Your
big
Cowboy
fans, and he was like, I got a phone call that Chris was all over Matt Eberflus. I was like, he's always over always on Matt Eberflus, but yes, that is true. And he was like, good. So he had some people on your team.
Yeah, they got him out, but those two moves pale in comparison to the big NFL news of the day, which Skraby, we think, will now tell us all.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah,
great. Thank you so much.
brought it up, man.
I'm giving you a
appreciate
lead
it.
in there.
I
I'm giving
appreciate
you a nice
that.
lead in.
Wow. Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
he's
Thank
like
you so
all
much,
upset.
everybody.
He's all upset.
After 18 seasons, a record of 180 and 113, a Super Bowl championship over my team, 13 and 11 postseason record, John Harbaugh is out as Ravens head coach. Wow.
Yeah, fired today, according to the NFL Network. Simply out, according to ESPN.
I was saying
so
out.
I guess depends on which wording
Either
you
way,
want.
he's not going to coach for them next year.
Sorry?
Either way, he's not going to coach for them
Here's
next year.
the funny thing, real quick. Couple of things. There's a lot of things that we'll get to. But one, if the kid makes the field goal Sunday night, is the story today that
About
Mike
Mike
Tomlin
Tomlin?
is out in Pittsburgh?
I don't think so.
You do or don't?
I
That's
don't.
very
You think he
interesting.
would have stayed?
I think they would have stayed.
Okay.
That's just what we know of the Steelers. This is almost similar to the head coach they had before John Harbaugh.
Boy, you got
which
to go
was-
back now. I can't even remember who it was.
Don't even know who it was.
It was
Brian Billick?
Billick.
Okay.
Billick, right? I think they had Ken Cameron in there at one
Might have
point
snuck
for a little
somebody
bit,
in.
but
we
Bill-
can look it up.
Billick had won a Super Bowl, like
Yeah.
not that much in it. After so much time, they moved on from him too. And so, listen,
It was Billick.
I really think John Harbaugh is a great coach. He's a great leader. Anytime I've ever seen him on Hard Knocks,
yeah,
I'm glued
agree.
to the television. He's a motivator. He demands excellence and demands respect. And I would think that his phone is already rung off the hook in the last 5 minutes. And if the Dolphins aren't one of the ones calling, then they're stupid.
Let's see.
And I think everybody else will call.
I think if it ends up, let's see who does some back channeling here.
Okay.
Because teams are going to be trying to figure out, even if they have a head coach, if they're one of the teams that's like a Dolphins who could be on the fence about firing their coach.
Yeah.
How much back channeling will we see from some of these teams? Because right now we know who all the teams are who don't have a head coach, and you have to assume that all of them want John Harbaugh. But if he ends up with a team that hasn't fired their coach at this point, it would have to lead you to, and he ends up signing, it'd have to lead you to believe that there was obviously some back channeling.
something already.
Yeah.
I think if you're John Harbaugh, you have your pick of the litter type thing. And I think you have to ask yourself, what franchise is going to give me the best chance to succeed? I don't think he's not one of these guys that just has to, because I don't like Cleveland.
I think for some,
why would he go to Cleveland? Right. He's got to be smart enough to know that that's not going to work.
I think
the ownership.
I think that for a guy like John Harbaugh, he's interviewing the owners. Basically,
that's what I mean, right?
Who is going to give me the best chance?
Hey, John, can you come in and visit me? Well, no, but you can come visit me.
Now let me ask you this, because
he's that good. I think.
Here's the other question. I think, which is probably even more intriguing than where John Harbaugh is going. Who is going to get the Baltimore job? Because what you do know is, as bad as the season they had, they still have one of the.
They got a really
rosters.
good team. The Dolphins, again, they've been brought up about Lamar Jackson because he's from Miami, and apparently he and Harbaugh it was starting to be friction, according to reports. Whether that's true, we don't know. Let me ask you this. If the Dolphins, or any team, but let's just say the Dolphins, if they could have either Lamar Jackson or John Harbaugh, but not both, who would you go after? Would you go after the franchise-changing quarterback, or would you go after a franchise-changing coach?
I guess it depends on.
That's a tough one. Right?
Here's how I would answer it. If what you believe to be is true, that you've told us in terms of the ownership, how it operates, neither one of them is going to help them win a title.
Kidding.
So you had to answer, who would you rather
the
watch?
Dolphins need a new owner, and that's not going to happen for a while.
You're right. You'd rather
You're
watch at least have something to
Lamar
look
can
at.
still run around.
Right.
Yeah.
There's
Harbaugh
only gonna
may
be
be
so
up
much-
against it.
right,
Harbaugh might be up against it because you can only go as far as the owner can take you.
There you go.
I was going to say, like, the Giants are rumored. Adam Schefter tweeted that he's already the top head coaching candidate this offseason, and multiple teams are already calling, basically.
Why would
I would think.
Who's available? Giants, Falcons, Browns,
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Boy,
I think
the Cardinals and Browns, you almost have to eliminate. Harbaugh's not dumb enough to go because he's not that dumb.
The Browns are not a bad team.
They're a horrible
they have
organization.
terrible ownership.
That's what we're talking about. The Cardinals have the same
so
problem.
would you go to the Giants as well? Because the Giants are keeping Joe Shane.
Well, that's not smart, but
here's the thing I will say about Miami, right? No, I can't say anything about Miami. Go back to the Giants.
The Falcons might be the one. I mean, I think Arthur Blank is committed. You know, I don't know that he meddles a lot. I haven't heard that.
That's true.
The things I've heard in Miami are just that the guy's a dummy, and he's into his, Hollywood friends and his real estate world. And there's
Mike McDaniel?
No, the owner of the Dolphins.
Stephen Ross.
Yeah, but Harbaugh, this is really crazy because very rarely does a coach this good get thrown out there onto the market.
Man,
because you said there's 4 teams that are available. And there's at least 4 in the Dolphins situation where they wouldn't mind replacing their coach if somebody like this came along.
100%.
So
I think your team, Chris, I choose the coach over Lamar because
he wouldn't be able to do nothing. He would want to install a certain discipline,
but that's what they want.
But
if you got an owner above that who doesn't require it,
but John Harbaugh doesn't need nudging. John Harbaugh is going to establish.
All right, we're going to find out what happens with the Chargers here in the next year or two, because Jim Harbaugh has come in. He's tried to change the culture. He's made some progress. He's still under the Spanos regime. Can he win a playoff game? Can he do some things? This is the ultimate challenge.
Can he overcome it?
And we brought it up a lot when he first got hired there.
Yeah.
Harbaugh, we have faith in Jim Harbaugh. We just don't know if he can overcome the Spanos conundrum. And John would be up against the same thing, I think, if he went to Miami.
Yeah. So I could see that. But Lamar Jackson, great football player. Going to be a great football player for a couple more years, maybe 5-6 more years. John Harbaugh is a guy you can't replace.
Well, he's 63 years old.
You can't replace him. Baltimore was like,
I think after you were at a certain place for a long time, it becomes time for someone to move on.
I'm a John Harbaugh fan. So
how long does he coach? I mean, he's 63. He's got 12 more years.
Can you rule out him and his brother getting together? Can you rule that out?
That would be crazy. Yeah, they don't each other.
Another team we didn't mention was the Raiders are available as well. There's another messy ownership situation.
But at least with the Davis thing and Tom Brady thing, right? I think there may be something there where he feels like, all right, I'll be able to operate in a similar way that I was in terms of having the say-so as I did in Baltimore. Because it was John Harbaugh's show.
Like, you don't even know who the Baltimore owner is.
No.
And that's the way it should be.
100%. 100%.
And it's not that way in any of these other situations.
Before we go to break, best roster out of those 4 teams. It's got to be the Giants, right?
I don't know.
I mean, the Browns have a good roster.
Wait, you're talking the Browns, Cardinals, Browns, Giants, Raiders,
you
Falcons.
Might have to look past the ownership.
Okay, there's 5 teams that need a coach. So
5 teams, yes.
Out of those 5, I'd say
I think it's Falcons, yeah. I think the Browns have the best defense of all the 5, but their
Giants
offense...
have all the pieces on offense. They got
Giants have all the pieces.
Malik Neighbors.
He's coming off of ACL.
Dart.
You're sold on Dart?
Scatterboo?
You sold on Scatterboo too? We're going to have a Dart Scatterboo Neighbors that's going to win you a Super Bowl?
Could.
First thing Harbaugh would do
Abdul
if he got
Carter?
to the Giants, he would
Abdul Carter was getting suspended halfway through the season.
I was going to just say, if Harbaugh goes to the Giants, the first guy he's getting rid of is Abdul Carter. Harbaugh knows he's not going anywhere with players like that.
It's going to be interesting to see both where Harbaugh goes and
who gets the Baltimore.
Who gets the Baltimore.
And Lamar. Is Lamar now, is this, for Raven fans, they're going to be disappointed, but does this mean that Lamar won the battle and that he's going to be the one that stays?
I don't buy it.
I don't buy that they weren't getting along?
They both spoke on it. They both spoke very highly of one another.
Well, then maybe Lamar just goes with him to Miami.
I was going to say, here's the deal, right?
I mean,
I think his contract, the way it's structured, is up again.
He's
next year.
Out after 2027, yeah.
So would it be that much? I wouldn't be surprised at all to see him end up going to a place where he knows what he's getting.
Here you go. Tyreek Hill, ship him out. Bring him over.
Are you kidding me? The second Tyreek Hill got wind of the fact that Lamar Jackson was coming to Miami,
he's going nowhere.
He would go in his 100-mile-an-hour car and buzz right over the facility and say, "I'm ready to go."
Yeah.
Don't you think?
I just got this from our boss, and this is kind of what I was hinting at. The ripple effect of John Harbaugh's firing cannot be overstated. Several clubs with head coaches currently under contract will also have interest. Several. So I don't know what several means. It could be 2. It could mean 7.
It could mean 30. It could be every team in football would be looking at John Harbaugh right now as a potential coach next year.
I mean, the Colts owner, she could be a disruptor. Fire Shane Steichen, bring in John Harbaugh.
Yeah, but I don't know why you think that's the spot for him.
She doesn't seem like she cares. She just wants to win.
I guess there is a little there's a tiny piece of this before we go to now. We're a little late. Sorry for break.
It's all right. I did.
But I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years since they won that Super Bowl. Over the 49ers and the dark out game there in the New Orleans.
How many was it between Billick and when he got fired?
Billick to Harbaugh was 12. So it's been 13 years, and the Ravens haven't even been to the Super Bowl under Harbaugh in those 13 years.
Yeah.
So there's something to be said that
they felt justified.
And in the 13 years, one conference final, which they lost at home to the Chiefs a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, that has been the story of the Ravens.
Yeah.
So when will they win the big game?
Either early upset losses,
and you look at their records
losses
every
late.
year: 10-6, 10-6, 14-2, 11-5, 13-4, 12-5.
They're great.
And
they
none
do
of
well
them, none of them have gone to the Super Bowl or to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He's not going to accept a job as a coordinator.
I like what Tony said, though. Wouldn't that be something if the two of them worked together?
They get along.
You don't think so?
I've heard some things about that.
Here's what I'll say is that if John Harbaugh is also smart enough to know that if he doesn't like what he's seeing out there in terms of the options that are available to him, we've seen many coaches sit it out a year, wait to see what comes up the following year, and then put their name back in the hat.
Oh, we forgot the Titans, too.
Yes, we did. I was writing down the list of teams. If you're a Titan fan out there, you're like, what about my team? We need a coach. And I would say to you, you have Mike McCoy. Come on. What are you worried about?
I would just keep that in mind. He may not like the options
have to go anywhere
that are out there. All right. Oh, it's on Chris. Go ahead.
Break indeed. Great show, though, lined up. Mark Ziegler is next. The Aztecs are playing up at Nevada tonight. We'll check in with the Z-Man. All right, so here's what happened. I was at the corner, and I'm going to call out the streets because who cares? It was Claremont Mesa Drive and Ruffin Road, which is pretty close to our radio station here.
Yep.
I had to run over and pick up a little cash from the bank. That was simple, trip before I came into work. And I'm on Ruffin Road, coming up to Claremont Mesa Boulevard.
Ruffin Road can be a little rough sometimes.
They could pave that. It wouldn't hurt. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt if they can't call it paved road. I know that.
Wait, your issue isn't the potholes in the road?
That was I'm used to that. So we come up on Claremont Mesa, and we're at the stoplight. I'm in the left-hand turn lane to turn left on Claremont Mesa. I'm the third car back. And there's 2 left turn lanes. There's 3 cars in line here. And then the going straight is also red. and that is backed up each of the lanes so that I've got cars on my right, I've got cars on my left, I got 2 in front of me, I got people behind me. No big deal. Light cycles through, and our turn doesn't come.
Oh, no.
So the cross traffic gets to go again. And then the people coming across in our direction, they get to go again. And then for a second time, they skip our turn. Well, that's what I thought. So now...
Actually, you're not going anywhere. You're stuck.
Right, you're stuck.
You're not going anywhere.
And my first thought, of course, as a good scout or, athlete, is to look around. Is there any way out? Can I back up? Can I, I'll do anything. But there is nowhere for me to go.
No.
It happens a third time.
Whoa.
And I'm pretty clear at this point, this light's broken. And I'm starting to think, how are we going to get out of this? Am I going to have to call, the police to come and fix it? No one's going to know it's broken.
911 emergency response.
Yeah.
Emergency. Ruffin Road in Claremont. The light is stuck.
The light is stuck. And so this is 5 minutes probably, but you can imagine 5 minutes.
No,
that's a long time, right?
Time.
Well, when it comes to the fourth time, I finally start just leaning on my horn.
Oh,
I'm trying to get...
What are the people in front of you going to do?
Well, because there was a moment, right, after the traffic comes this way, it paused.
You want them to run the light.
You could at least, a couple people could run the light. We could get this going here.
You want them to run the light.
I did.
Break the law.
Well, they had to. Otherwise, we'd still be there. Anyway, so this is going on. So I'm starting leaning on my horn. The lady next to me looks at me like, what the hell are you doing?
Good for her. Good for her.
And good for her.
Kidding.
I'm like, ma'am,
kidding.
are you just clueless? Were you going to sit here the rest of your life?
She has faith that the light's going to turn eventually.
Evidently so. If it had gone again, the guy next to me on this side rolled down his passenger window. That starts to go down. I think he's going to be mad, and he's like, what? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure the light's broken. Like, how do you not know this? We've all been sitting here for 6-7 minutes now. The 2 cars at the very front of the left turn lane are not budging. So they apparently are content to sit there for as long as it need be.
They also have faith that the light is going to turn.
But I have no faith.
What gives them that faith?
Yeah, but what gave them the faith? I mean, it had cycled through 4 times now. The 5th time, I was going to just have to get out of my car and walk up to that and go, will you please do something? Or get, and if you don't, and I would have,
something.
You know what I would have said? If you don't want to run the light, just get out of my way so I can run the light. I'm not sitting here the rest of the day. And finally, on the 5th time, the first 2 people ran the light, and the next person was able to get you know what I mean? And after a couple more cycles through, I got out of there. But I don't know.
Did the light ever start working?
I don't know. If you're at Claremont Mason Ruffin Road, you might still be there. I don't know. This was 45 minutes ago or so.
Wow.
So my question to you is, how differently would you have handled this than I did? And I'll start with you, Tony. Would there have been any difference, or do you know?
I don't know if I would have laid on my horn.
You would have just never laid on it.
I think I might have maybe rolled down the window, see if I could talk to somebody, see what else.
See if anybody else was in on it?
I don't think I would have laid on my horn because, listen, what you're asking is for them to, which may not be easy for everybody, and that is the timing between when because they're waiting for their light to turn.
Yes,
right?
they were waiting for
the light's not going to turn. But that also then requires them to guess the exact kind of when the timing of when they can go. And
yeah, well, you know what? Figure it out.
I think a lot of people wouldn't be comfortable with
running the light,
with
even under these circumstances. Well, I think
not when there's other cars that could actually hit them.
Okay, I think you are right. And the reason I think you're right is because of the 40 to 50 cars that were now piled up in my area behind me and around me. I was the only one honking.
Right, and then
nobody else thought to do this. All right, so here's what happened. I was at the corner, and I'm going to call out the streets because who cares? It was Claremont Mesa Drive and Ruffin Road, which is pretty close to our radio station here.
Yep.
I had to run over and pick up a little cash from the bank. That was simple, trip before I came into work. And I'm on Ruffin Road, coming up to Claremont Mesa Boulevard.
Ruffin Road can be a little rough sometimes.
Well, they could pave that.
2:39 on the clock. Tony Gwynn Jr. Chris Ello, Matt Skraby. Adam Klug, I just want you to know your informant in here. He's keeping it locked down on the food. He's not allowing, he just chewed me out for having food in here, sent me outside. So your informant, Matt Skraby.
He's trying to send me outside, but I'm going to eat in here anyway, Adam, just so
I've
you know.
never met two guys that are so intent on doing something that they have been asked not to do many times.
I went outside.
You did.
I went outside.
Chris?
I just see no need. If you can give me a good reason why I should do it, then I'd be happy to do it.
There was an email sent by our boss giving you a reason.
Again,
I know.
It didn't say you couldn't eat there.
The reason given was because the place is a pigsty, and it's just not.
Yeah, he was talking to you, remember?
Apparently.
I got to go back to this email because I have to see.
I think you have other more important things to do.
We have a show to run.
To go back and find this email.
Yeah. Please eat and drink in the hallway if possible.
Are you
if
just
possible?
If possible.
It's not possible. I'm literally on air. So
not possible, okay. Adam.
But you're not supposed to eat. Never mind.
Let it go. As Elsa said, let it go. All right. We will be talking some Aztec basketball here shortly.
We got to tell everybody how we can bring Ziegler on, though.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Skraby will have another conniption.
Indeed, we do. All guests on 97.3 The Fan. Join us on the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Joining us on Gwynn and Chris right now on that very same David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline, Mark Ziegler, talking some Aztec basketball. Mark, how are you, my friend? Happy New Year.
I'm doing good. Is that like a subtle message to me? Do I need a criminal defense attorney?
Not yet.
Not
Mark.
to my knowledge. Not
yet. You're good. You're good.
Mark, the Aztecs were able to clock a couple wins during at least our little brief time away. They still are seemingly struggling to put a full 40-minute game together. What have you kind of gathered from that standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, you keep thinking they're like, okay, they're getting close. They're going to turn the corner. And I really thought it was going to be this game. And in the first half, I'm like, yep, I was right, because they had two really good practices after having the week before having some really clunkers out there and guys pouting and just bad body language and everything. And not just one guy, a whole bunch of them. And they kind of came in renewed spirit and focus for the new year. And then, they come out and they play that half, and then I'm like, where did that team go?
Yeah.
And it's gone again. So, I mean, I think Brian Dutcher recognizes that, and the coaching staff recognizes that. I think this is just, they're kind of resigned to the fact this is how it's going to be all season. I hope it's not. I hope they get some kind of continuity, but I think they just feel like, we're going to play a game tonight, and we got no idea what's going to happen.
Mark, looking at the box score from the Boise State game, I was with the women, and I saw the very end of the game. I know Sean Newman hardly played. I don't know, was Simmons hurt, or did they choose not to use him?
Simmons was hurt, but he's back tonight.
All right, he's back. Guath, 15 minutes and hardly at all in the overtime, like in crunch time. How is Dutch dealing with this, lineup? It's been something he talked about 2 months before the season even started. And with the way guys are playing so inconsistently, seems almost impossible for him to find a routine, for the substitutions and things.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's exactly, you just nailed it on the head. I mean, I think he'd like to cut it down. I think he's realized 11 isn't a viable rotation, but he's like, who am I leaving out? Who's stepped up and proven to me that they can't come off the floor? And there really hasn't been anybody. BJ Davis, maybe. Yeah. And he is getting more minutes. I mean, BJ played 40 in that game. And so, and he was the featured player down the stretch and in overtime. So, okay, so there's BJ, but the rest of those guys is just, nobody's consistent, and somebody plays well one night and not the next, or one half and then not the next half. And so he's just kind of pulling his hair out. And, maybe the not playing Sean Newman was the start of that. Interested to see now that K. Simmons is back. Does he play a lot tonight? This is a better matchup for him, a bunch of guys his size. And so you think this is a game that, he'd probably be pretty effective in, but I don't know. We're going to see. And with Guath, there was two things. Number one, there was some disciplinary issue. I don't know if he missed something or was late, but that's what knocked him out of the starting lineup. And then Dutch said he stiffened up as the game went on. As the game continues on, they go through a half, and he comes in, sits. Every time he sits out, he gets a little stiffer. And by this last shift, he was limping, and he just felt like it's not good for him and not good for us, and he just shut him down the rest of the game. And that was like the final, I don't know, 9-10 minutes of regulation, all 15 of overtime.
Real quick, Mark, do we 100% take Dutch at his word there, or is it fair of us to be a little bit, with a slanted eye, because Guac just isn't playing well? I mean, at least what we've, he's not playing the same guy that I remember. Right.
No, there's a little bit of both. Although in the Boise State game, he had 9 points at the half. He had made 2 3-pointers off a design play where they elevator screen him up to the top of the key, and he catches and knocks down the three. And it's lethal for a guy his size to be able to do that on the defense. And he was moving a little bit better than he has, but not a ton better. Wasn't blocking shots and doing that, the kind of Guac things we saw last season. But still, he got 9 points, in like 7 or 8 minutes in the first half. And then, as the second half went on, he got progressively worse. So I think it's probably a combination. And, they haven't had a lot of close games. They've had the Troy game. The San Jose State game was a lot closer than the score indicated, a 2-point game with 5 minutes to go. So I consider that a close game. And then you had this game, the triple overtime game. And those are really it. And that's when you really see what he's going to do. I mean, at that point, you're just trying to win the game. You're not worried about feelings. You're just trying to get five guys out there that work together. And I think you've seen it. I think you're going to see tonight, you're going to see that small lineup a lot more with 4 guards and 1 big. And that means, Farrell, Miles Heide, Tay Simmons, Jeremiah Odin, and Lagoon. Only one of those guys could be out there. So I think you'll see a different rotation tonight than maybe you did in the last couple games.
Mark Ziegler joins us here on Gwynn and Chris. And Mark, you were speaking about this roster or this coaching staff kind of being resigned to the fact that, until they see otherwise, they are going to, expect against inconsistencies that we've seen. One of the guys who hasn't quite stepped to the forefront yet is Miles Byrd. He's had I don't want to say a rough go of it, but he certainly hasn't played up to the level that I think he's accustomed to playing and what we're accustomed to seeing him play. What do you think's been behind his struggles a little bit this season?
Well, at the beginning, it was his health and injuries. But I think he's moved through those. He has a little bit of bumps and bruises like everybody does. I think it's now much more of a mental thing. And it was surprising to me because he kind of had a breakthrough game against, I think it was Lamar, he had maybe 19 points. And really efficient game, kind of the game we thought we'd see that you're talking about, stuff the box score with, every column he had something. And then he just kind of faded since then. And I think a lot of it is the frustration of, man, I was so close to the draft and I could have come out.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd be in the G League or on a 2-way contract right now. And now I'm not. I'm kind of getting exposed. I've dropped off all the draft boards. What's going on? And I think that's tough on a kid. And particularly a guy who hasn't been a pro yet, just trying to get there and is realizing, man, my dream might not be coming true. And doesn't mean he can't get back to that level, but it's a lot harder when you're worried about it. And I think he's probably worried about it. And so I think there's probably a little bit of that going on. And I think he has been exposed. Teams know how to play him. They know that he doesn't really create his own shot. He's not lights out 3-point shooter. And he doesn't really get all the way to the rim. He kind of gets part way and then tries to chuck something up, which is a terrible metric shot. And so teams are kind of forcing him into those. And I think that's made it more frustrating for him.
Yeah.
But, we'll see. I mean, there's still half a season to go.
Yeah. Mark Ziegler's with us. The Aztecs are in Nevada tonight. It's an 8:00 game, by the way, for all of us. I guess they're in Nevada. They're the same, but this is TV, which does this to us and makes us stay up. You talk about the negatives, and I think a lot of the fans are kind of turned that way. And then we're still 9-4. And there was a day in my life where 9-4 would have been cause for celebration. So trying to keep it into perspective, I mean, I think a lot of people are feeling like they're never going to get it together. Or was it that we were wrong in in overrating them before the season started, Mark, with the guys coming back and everything they added.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point because I think this is still kind of a young fan base. Yes, they've been good for 15 years, but you go to a place like Kansas, and they've been good for 50 years, and they kind of understand the ebbs and flows and managing those expectations. And maybe some of them do it better than others, but I think this fan base doesn't really know how to manage expectations. Understand that sometimes you have a team that you didn't think would be that good and is really good, like 22-23 team that went to the national championship game. That was a good team, but no one expected that.
Right.
This team, everyone expected to go to the national championship game and might not make the tournament, and now people are upset. And so I think a lot of it is managing those expectations and understanding that college basketball is not about producing one good team. It's about getting to the tournament over and over and over again, and then getting the right breaks, the right draw, a couple good calls, somebody gets hot, whatever it is, and everything falling into place and you making a run. And it's not just San Diego State that doesn't have maybe its best team make a run. It's every program. And I think you could go and look at some of the teams that have won national championships, and some, in a candid moment, they might say, well, that wasn't our best team. And it's not like that in all sports. And so I think the reasonable expectation, and that will come with time, is, hey, is this team good enough to make the tournament? Can we make the tournament? Okay. And then we'll see what we do there. Instead of, oh man, this team, swing for the fences. This is a Final Four team. Well, you just don't know. And in this day and age with the new added element of players getting paid and getting paid a lot of money, and then being on basically 1-year contracts and all constantly worried about, where's my next contract going to be? Where am I going to play? I need to get film down. I need to be able to do this and that. How much money can I make next year? People in their ear. I think that just jacks up teams and cultures, and certainly has at San Diego State.
Mark, before we let you get out of here, I want to ask you a little bit about the rest of the conference. Obviously, it seems like every year this conference is overlooked in terms of the quality of team there. What are we looking at? I see that we got a couple teams undefeated aside from the Aztecs, Utah State and Nevada, who the Aztecs will take on tonight. How good are those two teams that are ahead of them in the overall standings right now?
It's a really good question. I don't think we really know. Nobody really has a resume that you could say, okay, that's an NCAA tournament team. Utah State has the metrics, but they didn't play a power conference team, and they played a bunch of teams at elevation that don't normally come to elevation. It's hard to gauge a 30-point win against a team like that. And they didn't really go out and challenge themselves. And their loss was to South Florida, sort of a so-so team. And so you're kind of going, well, yeah, they got the metrics, but are they really that good? And Nevada lost to UC Davis, and barely beat UCSD. So how good are they? But they've won 7 in a row. And so I think, as we get to the middle point of the season, we'll start to see some cream rise to the top and having a better idea of who the elite teams are. But even at that, I'm not sure that this is like the last few years of the Mountain West and you have some really good teams in there. I think they're all kind of flawed and average, including San Diego State, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well,
and they're battling each other.
Gonzaga, after they came here and barely beat USD, was taken to overtime by Seattle.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of happening around the country, right? Teams are just not that much better than everybody anymore because they can't build, and that would be a whole nother discussion. Mark, before we let you go, do we lose you for the Winter Olympics, or what? Because you're like the Olympic guy, not going this time?
I'd love to go there because I actually studied abroad in college in Italy and speak a little bit of Italian and know Italy pretty well. Been a bunch of times and love it and would love to be there. But, kind of made a decision. We thought San Diego State was going to be, talk about expectations, thought it was going to be this incredible team. And
they cost you, Mark. They cost you.
But that said, from a journalist standpoint, this Olympics is a nightmare to cover because it's not in one place. Winter Olympics, you have winter weather and you want things centralized and you don't want to have these crazy drives into the mountains. And, these venues are like 6 hours away good weather and windy roads and buses, not enough hotels. So you can't go overnight and stay there. It sounds like a logistic nightmare unless you're just going to cover figure skating in Milan and eat pasta and drink wine every night. That would be fine. But, hey, I got to tell you this, and I didn't have the story done. It's not up yet. It'll be up in a couple hours, but we got to fallout from the officiating in that game against Boise.
Yes, you commented on that in your story.
It was so funny you bring this up because my kids were even asking me about the officiating at that point. Yeah, I'm sorry. Mark, go ahead.
So it's not just the officiating; it's the mistake they made. Jeremiah Odin fouled out, but and I'll explain all the story. But what happened was, and I don't know if you can relate to this, Chris. One of the young official was really struggling. On his third foul, went to the table and put up one hand with 5 instead of 2 5s.
Didn't put the right number up. Yeah, wow.
Farrell Compton, who happened to be in the game, nowhere near the play, he's number 5, so the official scored, did his job, and put it down as Farrell Compton's foul.
Wow.
The stat crew had it right and had him with 5, so now he gets his quote-unquote 5th foul. In the second overtime, they pulled him out. They thought he had fouled out. Realized that no, in the official book he hasn't. Send him out for the tip at the start of the third overtime. Leon Rice, the Boise State coach, comes running down the bench, waving the stat sheet in his hand, holding it out, going, he has 5 fouls. And they go to the table, and the guy goes, no, he doesn't. We're the official book.
Wow.
And so they're sorting that out now. Boise obviously not happy, and it's just
I got to tell you, the Mountain West Conference
he had a big 3 too in that OT.
Here's how bad here's how bad the
the
officiating is. In Ziegler's story the other day said we miss guys like Eric Curry.
I love Eric Curry. I love Eric Curry. I don't know why you don't like him.
I know you do, Mark.
Such a good guy. If you went down and had beers with him, you'd say greatest guy in the world.
Yeah, Chris.
Love that guy.
All right,
Mark, we appreciate your time.
See you, buddy. Have fun tonight.
Okay, talk to you.
Mark Ziegler, Union Tribune. We got to get to break. More Gwynn and Chris on the other side.
I actually got in trouble once when I worked at the bank for looking up a celebrity, and it was totally wrong on my part. Totally wrong.
Looking up their account number?
Just I searched her name in the account system, and
Skraby, what is wrong with you?
I was like 19.
You'd be better off.
You would
be better. You'd be better off admitting that you wore your underwear inside out. Frankly,
this guy is just searching up people's accounts.
It only happened that one time because I got caught.
Oh,
how did you get caught?
The account was flagged, and anybody taking a look at it gets logged, and so I got called into the boss's office like 3 days later.
What did that come? I'm sorry, I gotta ask, but nobody's supposed to be doing this preview. What did that conversation? How did it go?
Well,
why were you looking up Paris Hilton? Is that who it was?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh my!
I can neither confirm. That's really funny, Chris, that you just yelled out that name out of all names. No, but I walked in. I got called into the office, and I sat down. And all my boss. I loved her. She was great. Her name was Sharon. Amazing boss. She just slid the piece of paper in front of me.
You knew.
Said, "Did you visit this account?" And I looked. Yeah. She was like, "We're gonna have to write you up for this, and if you do it again, we're gonna have to fire you." And I said, "I'll never do it again." And I got out of there as soon as possible. I took everything, but it was not good. Not good.
Just curiosity, huh? He's like, I wonder how much they have in their account.
Yeah. I mean, before I got caught, I did look up athletes. And,
oh my God! I'm so glad you're sitting in this seat now.
Yes, I'm so happy you're not doing any job that can be dangerous to people's futures.
This was in the first year that I was there. I learned my lesson thoroughly.
Chris, as I said, as soon as they walked in, they was like,
"Yeah,
that's our guy right there.
That's our window.
We're gonna take him down."
Yep.
Just lucky I didn't get caught for like. I can't even say. I'll tell you guys off break whose account I saw and how much money they had sitting in their checking account.
And this was how long ago, too, by the way?
2009, 10. Way before I became a good person.
Didn't Bank America end up getting in trouble? Or was that it was one of those banks got in trouble?
All of them get in trouble for selling information. But
hiring folks like you.
I wasn't selling any information. I was just wanting to see what was going on.
Curious.
I didn't check their account activity, which I could have. Been like, oh, they bought this here. I'm going to go up there. You know, I'm not that creepy.
Well, that's stock.
Oh, yeah, you're not that bad.
Not that creepy.
This is amazing, by the way. We're supposed to be doing.
How are we supposed to do baseball picks under these circumstances?
We can't anymore. I think we gotta push it. You guys never did it. Well, I mean,
no, Skraby, we didn't.
Really?
Okay.
Like you work at a bank, you're looking at people's account information? That's unbelievable.
It only happened for a little bit, and then I got in trouble.
for a little bit.
I can't stop laughing at this because it is quite hilarious. Greg.
But you were saying that I may have gotten robbed or whatever. I actually did get robbed when I worked in San Francisco, and they're called quick change artists.
How long did you work in the banking industry?
8 years. I was a teller supervisor when I finished. I was also the merchant teller, which took in around $150,000 in cash a day. Guess what? Always balanced at the end of the day.
Yeah, I bet.
But there was a guy who walked in. He had about $5,000 in hundreds, and he handed it to me. He said, "Can I get 50s for these?" And I said, it's pretty annoying that he wants
$5,000 in hundreds.
In hundreds, and he wanted $5,000 in 50s. He just wanted 50s instead of hundreds. So I had to go get it from the vault. I come back. I'm starting to count it out, and then he's like starting to ask me questions as I'm counting it out.
He's trying to
what
did I tell you, Chris? This is what I'm talking about.
That window right there.
Hey, this guy was so good that no one saw it coming. But so when I started getting mad at him because I counted out the 50s, he goes, "What are you doing?" I asked for 20s. And I'm like, what? You did not ask for 20s. You asked for 50s, bro. Yeah. I had to go to the vault to get those 50s. And as I was getting all mad and talking to my boss, he took the cash off the counter and put it into this folder that he had on the thing that
the original 5,000 in hundreds.
Yeah, well, he kept going like that, and then I was so mad, I just grabbed it and I threw it in my drawer. And then he was like, "You know what? I'm out of here." And he walked out. And then at the end of the day, $3,000.
He got an extra 3 on you.
$3,000. Yeah, he got $3,000.
The thing about criminals like that, they can sniff out a mark really easy.
I'm not a mark.
You are 1,000%.
I was actually the bank's
dog. They got you for 3 extra.
And that's the only time in my 8 years that I ever had anything happen like that.
I'm sure there are people who've been there 8 years that never had 0 taken.
Scrape, I got a 20 here. Can I get 5 5s, please?
I hate you guys.
Let's get to
that was one of the worst moments of my life.
Skraby, we have a fantabulous game show coming up at the bottom of the hour. It'll be a doozy, guys. I can tell you that. Get ready for it. It's coming up in a little bit. We have our daily gambit here shortly. And I will say, and it pains me to say this, Tony Gwynn Jr., but he's got his glasses on that are playing music over there. I can hear the music from here. Turn your glasses down.
I wasn't trying to turn them on in the first place.
Your friend, Mr. Skraby, perfect 7-0 against the spread last night on our picks. So
even the sun shines.
The old blind, or the blind squirrel. Yeah. What'd you say? The sun shines where?
On the dogs, you know what?
Yeah. I think that's a Gwynn Sr. saying.
Is that a Gwynn Sr. one? So we'll have our daily gambit here. The big news, and it's pretty big today, John Harbaugh fired out as coach of the Baltimore Ravens.
Tough world.
And yeah, it is.
But after you kind of explained it, maybe not so tough. 13 years.
13 years hasn't been to the Super Bowl.
I guess the Super Bowl win can't last forever.
Right. So Harbaugh's
now check
out.
Mike Tomlin's Super Bowl last one.
Yeah, it's even longer.
He's about the same.
Longer than.
Well, that's why I said it. If the guy makes the field goal, then Ravens win. And the story today could have been Tomlin is out. Tomlin's getting ready to.
It would literally be the exact same story, including the aftermath of what teams are. It'd be the same exact thing.
Someone put up a post on Twitter of the last 4 seasons and how they ended for the Ravens, and they've all been the last play of the game.
Yeah.
Last year, Mark
Andrews.
Mark
Andrews dropped the ball.
And then this one, I don't remember, but I guess the guy was short against the Chiefs and probably the AFC
Flowers
Championship.
Get it punched out too.
He did.
Oh,
Flowers got punched out on the 1 yard line.
And then something happened with the Bengals, and I guess they got stopped at the goal line or something.
They did in that playoff. I remember that game. They drove right down there. Anyway, Harbaugh's out. Everybody's already interested. There are 7 teams that do need a head coach in the NFL, including now the Ravens, the latest.
Teams that don't need a head coach, apparently.
Right. There are probably some teams that don't need one that are going to be interested as well. The Lions have fired their offensive coordinator after just 1 season. His name still is John Morton, but I don't know that he made much of a mark coming in to replace Ben Johnson. It did not go well
very high
Lions.
Does it seem like Ben Johnson may have been the brains of that operation?
Well,
of the offense.
I'm talking about the team.
Oh, Skraby saying that him leaving is why the Lions did poorly this year.
I mean, look at his team and look at that.
We
team.
said injuries yesterday. Now we saying Ben Johnson.
I wasn't a part of the injury conversation.
We're going to see what Ben Johnson does starting this weekend, and I'm not putting it past him, but the Bears to me were similar to the Broncos. A lot of really close games, and they were able to win them. So that is good coaching, but a lot of times there's a little luck involved in that. I think Cliff Kingsbury's out in Washington.
There you go.
Real quick,
talk about
one
year.
Last year he had the best player in football on his team.
Yes.
And all he did was go to the championship game.
Right.
This year they took the best player off the team, and now he gets fired.
It's his fault.
These teams make no sense.
Maybe they know he's going to go elsewhere in there.
Oh, this is a
preemptive strike? You're saying?
So they can just hire someone before everybody gets
This
taken.
is why these teams don't win.
Exactly right.
Why
That's
don't
just
win.
to me
I'm
that is
sorry.
stupidity to fire Kingsbury. As soon as Jalen Daniels gets back in there, Jaden Daniels, you're going to be good. Simple. Dallas did make the right call, I think, and so does Tony's Cowboy friends. Matt Eberflus shown the door after a terrible year as defensive coordinator
Shout
of the
out
Cowboys.
to my man Matt Perez. He was.
I like that because he comes out and he goes, "I heard Ello was critical of Eberflus," and you're like, "Yes," and he's like, "Good."
Yes.
All right. So, all right, Skraby, let's go Gambit, and you can sing your own praises over there.
Champ is here.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answer yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. And insult to injury, they're playing the final game of John Harbaugh's raving career on NFL Network right now. So they were quick on that one, replaying the game. It probably was
also
scheduled.
a pretty good game too to replay.
It was crazy. It was crazy. All right, let's get to our bets from yesterday, and we're going to start with Golden State and the Clippers. Golden State minus 2.5. We all went Clippers. Clippers win 103-102, so we win that.
And we have a little bit later in the show. We have Snoop Dogg on the call, play-by-play or color commentary when Steve Kerr got ejected from the game. And it's hilarious. There is no doubt, if you hear this, why Snoop Dogg is everybody's favorite neighbor and guest.
I'm starting to feel like he's oversaturated.
He's not, Scrape.
Of course you do, Scrape.
He's not. He's too funny.
Get ready, buddy, because the Olympics is right around the corner.
And I'll watch, and I just think sometimes it's like, I didn't need Snoop right there.
I needed him last night. It's a whole lot better than the announcer. It's a whole lot better than the announcer going, "Oh, Steve Kerr just got ejected."
Yeah, you're right, because Steve Kerr lost his mind.
We'll play that for you a little later.
All right, OKC minus 15.5 at Charlotte.
What
you guys
happened
went
here?
OKC. Hornets win 124-97.
Hornets
Wait, the Hornets won?
Yes.
by 36.
Somebody didn't play.
Yeah, they all played. The Thunder's gone 6-6 in the last 12 games, and nobody can figure it out after they were unbeatable.
And I win that bet.
You see, that's how that irritates me. That's why you get beaten, Fantabulous. You just pick. There's no way you thought Charlotte was going to win.
I was playing the spread.
Whatever.
I was playing the spread. I didn't think they were going to win. Celtics, I don't remember the spread, but they won 115-101, and we all win. Knicks at Detroit, who had more points, Cunningham or Brunson? By the way, the Pistons crushed the Knicks by like 30.
Yeah. Another loss.
You guys went Brunson, I went Cunningham. Cunningham had 29, Brunson had 25. KD, we'll talk about him, I believe, a little bit later. Over under 27.5 points in his game against the Suns. Chris Tony went over. I went under.
He was
just under
1 point short.
Yes.
Well, he had 23 until the final second, and then won the game with a 3-pointer.
Michigan State, which we are going to talk about, a very strange incident with Tom Izzo.
That was weird.
Again.
And I cannot figure out what the guy said.
Again. Love Tom Izzo.
I know what Tom Izzo said.
Love
Tom Izzo was saying,
What the hell are you doing?
You could read it in his lips.
It definitely wasn't hell. That's
At first,
yeah.
we'll talk about the Big Five, but at first I'm like, why is he screaming at someone in the stands? And then I found out it was a former player.
Yeah.
Very strange.
He
Guy was
felt
acting the
very
fool.
comfortable.
He
yelling
felt
at-
very comfortable. Michigan State minus 12.5 against USC. Tony and I with Michigan State. Michigan State won big, 80-51.
Yeah, Musselman. Come on, man.
Wild minus 1.5 at the Kings. Tony still can't get it right. Chris
Kings
and I
won?
win Kings. Kings win 4-2.
You went wild.
Whatever
you do on the Kings
the
goes
opposite
wrong.
of what I want them to do. So
Anyway, congrats to Skraby with a 7-0 day. Let's quickly run through a couple of these. Duke tonight, minus 1.5 at Louisville. I think anytime you can get Duke and only have to give 1.5, that's what I'll do, even on the road. Tony? I'm sure Louisville's good. They
it
usually
pains
are.
me to do it, but I'll take Duke.
They're paying you. All right. Scrape?
I'll take Duke
I'll do.
because I know.
Michigan is still number 2 in the country. They're 1 point behind Arizona in all of the voting. Everybody who's seen
Those
both
are the two
teams,
most dominant teams.
but we've seen them both play the Aztecs.
Yeah.
Is it even really close in your mind? Michigan looks way better to me. What do you think, Tony? No?
I don't know. I haven't seen Michigan against a caliber team. I just think those are the two. There's a clear drop off to me
After them?
After those two.
Okay. They're 23.5 at Penn State. Tony?
Yeah, go ahead and book that.
Michigan?
Yes.
They beat everybody by 20. Scraby?
Right, they beat good teams by 20.
Yeah, they're really good.
We're all going Michigan there. Houston minus 7, Texas Tech. They're both ranked in the top 15. Scraby, you're up.
Houston minus 7.
Texas Tech.
I'm gonna go with Houston.
Did you say Houston or Houston?
No, I pronounced it
Better
correctly.
say it right.
Houston.
Houston. I'll say Texas Tech. Houston doesn't score enough points to win by
I'm
more than
rooting
7.
against Texas Tech the rest of my life.
Oh,
Why?
because
one
they
of our players.
took our player.
So you're gonna
Yeah, I'm holding it
Pretty
against
soon
the
you're going to be
basketball
rooting
team.
against every team in college football because they're going to take all of our
You know,
players.
Kirk Kenny texted me that he signed for like 1 point.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him.
No,
You can't be mad.
But the entire defensive line of Texas Tech is making $6 million, which is basically the Aztecs
he's the
full.
he's the,
amount.
probably the cheapest one on that
He
line.
probably is.
It's crazy. Nevada minus 1.5 against the Techs.
Oh, give me the Techs, baby.
I want the Techs. Really, I do.
But you're not going to take
No,
them?
of course I'm going to take them, Tony. I'm just not going to bet a lot on that.
I'm gonna go.
I'm going to bet my usual amount, 0.
I'm gonna go Tex as well.
All Aztecs, but that's a tough one. 141.5 points for this game tonight. So 71-70 would get you.
I'm going over. This team can score.
You get to 6-7 at least.
Over. Tony over.
Yes.
The Aztecs don't play the same defense they used to. I remember when the Aztecs never gave up 70 points in a game. Now it's almost every game. Wemby, 20.5 points at Memphis. Wemby's back for the Spurs.
Book it.
Sounds like an over. We're going really fast today. Tony, over?
Over.
Scrape. Anybody? We have no contrarians
Under.
today. There's a contrarian. And one last one. Luka, minus 11 points at Zion tonight.
Minus 11? He's
Luka's minus 11 against Zion.
That's an easy.
For points.
Is Zion
Scraby,
gonna play?
well, I wouldn't put him in there if he's
Zion
listed.
playing. There's no way. He's
How
gonna be
many
minus 11.
pizza places are there in the
Well,
world?
Luka's point total is 34.5. Zion's is 23.5. So
Yeah, no.
there you go. Minus 11. Who
Give
do
me
you
Zion.
like? Tony's going Zion.
I guess I'll go Zion too because he scores.
We don't
when he
have a
plays.
we don't have a matchup for Zion, and our defense is already
They're bad.
Tax.
kind of Swissy cheesy.
Swissy cheese.
I'll take Luka because we need a couple of differences. That's our, what do we call this segment? The Daily Gambit.
There you go.
More coming up after traffic on Gwynn and Chris.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Toby?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over here or something.
What are you thinking to see it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, who not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place, so I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Toby?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over here or something.
What are you thinking to see it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, who not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place, so I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So All the way straight back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Toby?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good. Wow.
Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfus.
20. Just vibing on this Tuesday afternoon. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matt Skraby. Skraby had such a Skraby comment as we went into break, talking about Snoop and him being on the broadcast. He goes, I just hate seeing people get too big.
Too successful.
It's not about success.
What's it?
I just don't need Snoop Dogg on every single thing I watch.
I don't think he's on everything.
No, he's on a lot though. He's on a lot.
He's definitely on a lot though.
But I could agree with you, except he delivers almost every time. The guy is funny.
What did you say in pertaining John Harbaugh? You were just reading us.
Oh, John Harbaugh. Yes, Adam Schefter has tweeted out in the first 45 minutes after John Harbaugh was fired this afternoon. His agent said he received calls from 7 NFL teams expressing interest in his client. There are currently 7 NFL head coaching openings, including Baltimore. So that means that a team with a coach,
because they obviously fired John, they're not going to be
unless the Ravens called to try to get him back.
They're like, wait, we made a mistake.
Is he available?
It could be the Miami Dolphins. I'm just saying.
I'm praying. Don't
saying.
just say, just pray.
Where are we going this segment?
We have Snoop Dogg.
Snoopy.
Yeah,
You got Snoopy.
That's what we talked about in the break.
Should we go Snoop first, or we go KD first?
Snoop.
Okay.
Snoop. All right.
So last night, Snoop I thought he was just doing sideline. Apparently, he was also doing some color along with Reggie Miller. Who was the other young announcer?
No idea, because it's on Peacock. So I haven't seen it.
It wasn't Kevin Harlan who was.
It wasn't Kevin Harlan,
because he usually works with Reggie.
No, it was a younger gentleman.
Whoever he was, he couldn't have been able to get a word in.
I tell you what,
and Reggie Miller.
I tell you what, he was a good traffic cop.
Okay.
Considering Reggie was laughing most of the time anyway. But here is Snoop. As Steve Kerr got ejected last night's game.
This is funny, people.
Oh, look at Steve Kerr. He's all the way out here. Oh, Steve, don't get thrown out. Get him out of there. Get him out of there. Back him up. Back him up, GP. Back him up. Steve ready to fire on him. He's already gone. Steve banging Inglewood right now. Inglewood. Get him, Steve. You and Inglewood, Steve. The Arizona Wildcat that came out and look at him.
All right. Anybody who does animal sound effects will make me laugh.
He was reminding him that he was in Inglewood. It's where the game was being played.
Arizona Wildcat came out.
It was Inglewood.
You better get him. And then the GP he was referring to was Gary Payton. And trying to hold him back.
Second. Yeah.
He had to hold him back. Snoop was funny there.
Hey, he had another good call. I think he said Steph-tastic. Steph hit a circus shot there and one, and right on cue he knocked that one too.
Get him out of there!
Maybe I was a little misplaced with my Snoop hate. Maybe
don't hate on Snoop. He's funny.
It's a lot of different people you hate on.
I have no issues with Snoop Dogg.
I know
he's funny.
That's how you know it's just you just being a hater, because it's not like you dislike him. You just want to be negative.
Trying to remind the man he's in Inglewood. You've got to be careful in Inglewood.
You got to be okay.
What are you going to
The other basketball thing that happened last night.
By the way, Steve Kerr was right. What he was arguing about was that they put a layup off the glass and then it was blocked.
Right. It should have been
an automatic basket. Yeah. They missed it, and so
he lost his mind.
That's where he went crazy.
Steve is he got a little
He's got
a little. Oh gosh, who was it? Former manager for the Reds, David.
David Bell.
He got a little David Bell in him.
Right. He seems calm most of the time, but he can.
Super educated, but then all of a sudden just a switch flip and
off the handle.
He's off the handle. Kevin Durant returned to was it in Phoenix? No, I think it was.
I was in Houston.
He was in Houston. But he's playing his old team last night. We went over this. I think he was supposed to get 27. He ended with 26. As Chris mentioned, the 26 came on a 3 with seconds remaining as they were able to beat the Suns. He had some comments, though.
I was surprised by this, and before we hear it, because I thought, just in general, that Kevin Durant probably orchestrated his way out of Phoenix the way he does everything.
Yeah.
But apparently that's not what happened.
No, I think he was pretty vocal while it was happening that he wasn't wanting to leave Phoenix. Phoenix, in their defense, I think recognized that their team was built poorly, and the guy who had the most value was Kevin Durant. And I don't know that they were necessarily blaming the failures on him, but they figured, listen, we're going to have to reboot anyway. We better get as much as we can. That's not how KD took it.
Most definitely. You know what I'm saying? A place that I didn't want to leave, and my first time being I don't want to sound too dramatic, but I will, to be kicked out of a place, you know what I'm saying? And felt like that, you know, I've been scapegoated, you know what I'm saying, for the issues we had as a team last year. Yeah, it felt good to beat them and hit a game-winning shot, but that's all it is. It's not just for the moment, you know. It's something tomorrow I won't even think about, you know. So it was a fun game. Like I said, of course, yeah, I felt you play with a little chip on your shoulder against your former team, especially when they trade you.
You know, when you hear him say it, he doesn't say it with any anger.
No.
When you read the quotes, though, it sounded like he was really, cracking down on him.
Yeah, no, you can hear it. You can hear it as he talks about it, right? I'm pretty sure he said our problems when I was in Phoenix, but I think it's natural for you to have that kind of chip on your shoulder, especially if you didn't want to leave, as he said he didn't. But Suns go down to the Houston Rockets.
Can I ask a question that you guys are probably going to hate?
Sure.
Do you think this is the first time in his basketball life that someone has closed the door on him?
Probably.
It's that's the kind of feeling I got. Like, he's been through his entire basketball career, and people have done whatever they can to get him.
I think as an athlete, it's not all athletes get to that position where they get to dictate the terms, but he got there, right? And he's dictated it from Oakland to Golden State, from Golden State to Brooklyn. I don't think he would have left Brooklyn if everybody else didn't start leaving around him. And then he finally settled on Phoenix. And then, by all accounts, he at least by his account, he enjoyed it there. But it doesn't always work out. And that's kind of the issue when you are, trying to hand pick things sometimes. You can't foresee exactly how it's going to unfold, and unfortunately for him, outside of the Golden State decision, which when we look back on it has been his best decision, but he's probably been the most criticized for that.
He's been criticized. That's going to follow him,
for that position.
It's going to follow him.
Yeah.
There's no way. Kevin Durant, without question, I did this one day last year when you weren't in, but for some reason I got a crazy thing to do my top 15 NBA players, first team, second team, third team, all time. I think Kevin Durant was on one of those. He has to be.
Easily.
He's that good. But I don't think people are going to ever look at him without thinking, yeah, but he orchestrated a lot of it. And that may not even be fair anymore.
Yeah. No, I think that's probably why you jumped to that, is because it has, whether it's been him painting the narrative or the media painting it, that he has kind of dictated where he's wanted to go. He's kind of, and listen, I think that when we look back on this generation of hoopers, that's how we'll kind of look at most of them. Steph Curry is an outlier in terms of staying in one place, not wanting to leave, and committing to that, good and bad, right? I think the last person we saw before that was Kobe. All the other really good players of this generation have all moved in a bunch of different places.
They're all looking to lock into the right spot.
And listen, that may be our fault, right? I think we've kind of backed off it here in recent years. We had made such a big deal of championship rings that these guys came into the league thinking that that's what they had to get to. And so they did it by any means necessary. They went to whatever teams they could to try to make that happen. Not all of it has worked out to their best interest.
I will always forget that Kevin Durant does what he does, and he's 7'0".
Yeah, no kidding.
That is crazy.
He tries to deny he's 7 foot. He's probably one of the few basketball 7-footers
3/4
that doesn't want to be a 7-footer.
He's 7 foot, and he's one of the best perimeter players you've ever seen.
Ever. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's get to the break. On the other side. That's right, Chris's Fantabulous Sports Game Show. Next.
Coming up on Wednesday.
Now, you've been representing the Friar Faithful for a little bit here. Now you're out in the forefront. You mentioned family quite a bit. How important was it to get your wife Audrey on board with this? How long did it take you to get her in this direction?
It took a while. It's probably taken years, but I don't know. We were on the same page for a long time. For a long time we thought there's no way this is possible, with our family and be able to move them across country and take them out of school and all that kind of stuff. But we talked to enough people. We got to thank the Melancons. They kind of gave us the blueprint of how they've moved their kids from Florida to Arizona to San Diego, and we're going to follow that plan. And once we decided that, it was like, I talked about it a little. There was some peace that came over both of us to be able to say yes to this decision, because we knew it's an opportunity of a lifetime. Hard to say no to, being the manager of Padres with the team like we've got.
Obviously, when you decided to retire in the 23, family's probably at the forefront of your mind. You've missed a lot of time with your kids and your wife. And now to fast forward to this point here, you're sitting in meetings at this point, interviewing candidates, and then however long later, what was the timeline in between you interviewing guys or candidates and then all of a sudden having your name in the hat?
Man, just to think about what my mind was thinking about 3 weeks ago was completely different than what it is now. Obviously I'm part of the organization and wanted to find the best manager for the Padres, and so I was in on some Zoom calls to start that process. And then we and I were just having conversations about who we thought were great candidates and how we ranked them. And we got done talking about it, and he goes, "Well, I think I got you at the top of the list." And
he just dropped that on you.
Yeah, he just dropped that on me. And, it's a little bit of a shock, when someone, like AJ believes in you that much. And it pushed Audrey and I to actually think about this. And, is this something that we would like to pursue? If we got that much belief from the organization, we've got to make an informed decision. Yeah. And so then after that, we spent a lot of time, like I said, praying and fasting and thinking about this and how trying to map out the schedule and work it out with our family. And once we came to the conclusion we're taking everybody with us, then we felt pretty good about it. And we're able to say, if you're willing to offer the job to us, we'll say yes.
13 years as a reliever. You spent 6 here as a Padre. How has that shaped your viewpoint and how the type of manager you'll be?
Yeah, I think one quality I have is a little bit of loyalty, and I was lucky in my career. I only really played for 2 organizations. I played 1 year with the Guardians in the middle, but not in the big leagues. But most of my career started with Washington, and then it ended with San Diego, and I feel very connected to this organization. I feel like it is family. They've treated me like family. And so, being a part of this and being in this role is something that's very exciting, and I'm up for the challenge.
Now, you had to get it out the mud, so to speak, right? You weren't a high round draft pick. You're a guy who had to kind of grind. That's the word we often use around this game. How is that, or what kind of lessons from those type of situations are you going to be able to take into your managerial role?
Yeah, maybe it's like people doubting you a little bit or not saying you're quite good enough. And there's probably some people thinking that as me as the manager. But it's also exciting to prove people who I really am and what I stand for, and maybe do it a little bit different than everybody expects. But those challenges as a player, they were so enjoyable.
Yeah.
It was so, you've done it before. It's fun to try to get the most out of your talent. And as soon as I took this job, that feeling of what I was as a player, when's my next workout? When's my next throwing session? That constant thought, that feeling, that little nervousness, that little excitement came back right away. And it was I definitely missed that. Now, did I enjoy the 2 years in between? Yeah, I did. I got a lot, my handicap went down and all that kind of stuff. But, this challenge has gotten that excitement back, that feeling back of I'm in the hunt with the boys. and I'm ready to grind it out and make something special happen.
Now, you've been representing the Friar Faithful for a little bit here. Now you're out in the forefront. You mentioned family quite a bit. How important was it to get your wife Audrey on board with this? How long did it take you to get her in this direction?
It took a while. It's probably taken years, but I don't know. We were on the same page for a long time. For a long time we thought there's no way this is possible, with our family and be able to move them across country and take them out of school and all that kind of stuff. But we talked to enough people. We got to thank the Melancons. They kind of gave us the blueprint of how they've moved their kids from Florida to Arizona to San Diego, and we're going to follow that plan. And once we decided that, it was like, I talked about it a little. There was some peace that came over both of us to be able to say yes to this decision, because we knew it's an opportunity of a lifetime. Hard to say no to, being the manager of Padres with a team like we've got.
Obviously, when you decided to retire in the 23, family's probably at the forefront of your mind. You've missed a lot of time with your kids and your wife. And now to fast forward to this point here, you're sitting in meetings at this point, interviewing candidates, and then however long later, what was the timeline in between you interviewing guys or candidates and then all of a sudden having your name in the hat?
Yeah, man, just to think about what my
I told my wife I'd call her at the bottom of the hour break, and then I forgot until the very end of it, so thought I'd sneak it in before we came back.
Didn't quite sneak it in, though.
No. I didn't make it?
No, you didn't.
So how long were you on the show?
Oh, no, for a couple seconds.
Yeah, he didn't turn the mics on the whole time, but we was on there for about
and should I say
15 seconds.
Chris hangs up the phone with his wife in a very endearing way.
Yes, he does.
It's always,
all right, honey.
Love you, boo-boo.
No, I don't say that. You're so wrong. Everything I say.
Oh, my gosh. Hasn't he said that, Tony?
Boo-boo?
I don't know about boo-boo.
I guarantee I've never said boo-boo. Never said boo-boo.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong about this.
Maybe
I'm
wrong.
I will.
All right, let's get into some sports talk. Tony or Skraby, just one of them, brought up before I got on the phone, brought up the fact that the MLS teams are already reporting to camp to start the season. That is nuts.
That is nuts.
So
they just ended their season.
It seems like it. Yeah. All right, I can't delay any longer. Time for traffic, and then today's Fantabulous Sports Game Show, the first of the year.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Crash that's clear to the coastline, northbound 5 before the racetrack. Still seeing a little residual there. Got an accident partially blocking the transition ramp south 5 to the East 52 connector, and collision on southbound 805 past Nobel. Several vehicles over to the right shoulder. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, all you beautiful people out there, it's time to play one of our favorite games of the week.
All right.
We like to call it.
Ooh, I'm going to go.
Chris's Fantabulous Sports Game Show.
And it starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
I think most of you know how this works, but if you're new to it, Fantabulous Sports Game Show, it is Skraby versus Tony. Fair to say that Tony usually wins, but every now and again, Skraby finds his way to the victory winner's circle.
Every now and then.
We give a category here. The guys will exchange what they hope are correct answers. And first person to 10 today is going to win. There are 19 correct answers in this category. If you guess wrong, you get a strike. And 3 strikes, and you're out. Obviously, NFL. I had to go NFL today. Here we go. The category is touchdowns scored by active NFL players. There are 19 guys in
this
the
year?
national. No.
Overall.
All time.
All
touchdowns.
time. Okay.
So we're looking for the 19 NFL players that are active that have scored over 70 touchdowns.
Oh, wow.
70 touchdowns is the cutoff. Now, I'm giving you both the same clue.
They have to have scored these
Scored the 70 touchdowns,
All
right? And they're 19 guys. Remember, they're active.
Yep.
Doesn't mean everything it always means.
He didn't want to tell it himself.
Well,
right
I'll
there.
just say it. I mean, it doesn't mean they played this year,
Got
but
you.
they're active.
Got you.
So
they are active players. Doesn't mean they were.
So they're looking for a team,
or they were hurt, or something along those lines this year and didn't play much.
Oh, man, I have questions about who was considered active.
Well, active is anybody on a roster last year. Or, or looking for a team this past season. You're active.
All right, that's fine.
Active.
Yes, like Travis Kelce's still active. I'll give you that. Okay.
Like I was going to say Antonio Brown. That's not
not active.
Okay.
Not active.
Okay, good.
All right, so you're looking for active players in the NFL who have more than 70 touchdowns scored. And Skraby usually gets to decide whether he wants to go first. He doesn't have to.
Tony's going to go first.
Tony will go first.
Is that right?
Yep.
Tony, give me somebody with more than 70 touchdowns, an active NFL player.
Devontae Adams.
Where do you think he is on the list? He is on the list. Where do you think? He's second.
Wow.
117 touchdowns for Devontae Adams. Number 2 on the active list.
I may know number 1.
Let's see.
Is it my guy Christian McCaffrey?
No.
Christian McCaffrey is not correct in that
regard.
category, but he is on the list. He's 4th with 98.
Oh, that's a lot.
He's 4th. Tony.
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce. Yeah, that was
Chris gave you
that one. Travis is with 85. He's tied for 7th on the list. Again, you're looking for 70 or more touchdowns. I'm going to tell you right now, when we get down to the last 5 or 6, I have a few little clues that I think I can give, and I will, try to be fair to both parties. Unless you guys just race through this. But some of these are going to be pretty tough, I
what's
think.
the number? Active?
70 or more.
Okay.
Active player touchdowns.
70 is so many.
It's a lot. There's
Active,
19
though.
guys.
Come on, dog.
I'm like, has that guy even played long enough?
Just think of somebody
you have
that
to play like
this
7
category
years.
is a lot easier
I
for
will
me
say,
than
out of
this
the
year
19
category.
guys, I'd say at least 15 or 16 were on a fantasy roster this year.
For sure.
These are guys you know, most of them.
Easily.
All right, I'll go.
There's a couple that weren't, and that's why it might
Here,
get
I'm going to
tough.
say it, and it's not going to be right.
All right.
I know I can't second guess it
No,
himself.
He's second
He's already
guessing
because he's
himself.
nervous, and it's 2-1. You're supposed to not get nervous till it's like 7-6.
I mean, this guy could touch CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb.
He's only been playing like
That's
couple
what I'm
of
saying.
years.
Oh, yes. Bring it
Couldn't
all
he's
back.
not even in the top 50.
I know. That's why you're like, he's on a fantasy roster.
No, wait a second. Well,
No,
all these
he
guys
said
are on
these guys
fantasy
are on
rosters.
fantasy rosters.
Doesn't mean CeeDee Lamb. He's actually 37th on the list
It's
with
getting up-
45
close.
touchdowns.
It's getting closer.
You got to strike, Skraby. This is why he loses. All
Hey.
right, Tony, give me somebody with 70 or more.
How about the running back that needs a new coach? How about Derrick Henry?
Numero uno,
Oh, wow.
127 touchdowns for the King. 127, he's on top of the list. Tony leads 3-1. Skraby needs an active NFL player with more than 70 touchdowns scored.
Active player with more
He
than
just guessed CeeDee Lamb.
Okay, well, I was telling you I wasn't sure about
Right
it.
away is down the list.
Touchdowns.
Run, Skraby's already in trouble.
I got a good one.
I try to give you categories I think you'll be good at, Skrabe. You know football.
Yeah, this one is really throwing me for
This
a loop.
one is like way easier
What is throwing
than
you for the loop?
in-season one.
It's the 70. That is a ton of touchdowns.
Don't worry about this. Why am I helping?
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, don't help
Do
him.
you think?
You love to beat him.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill, there you go.
That was-
Fifth
that
with
was on my
96.
list.
He's right there.
It was on
Tyreek's
my
fifth. Only scored 1 this year, but
I got an old head.
he's up there.
I got a-
96.
I got an old head for you.
Okay.
That probably didn't get in much end zone this much, but he's been old reliable for a long time.
It is.
Keenan Allen.
Keenan
thought
has
about
just
him.
snuck in.
How many did he have?
71.
Woo.
Yeah, he had 4
Man.
this year.
He had 4.
4,
I wouldn't have guessed he had that many.
Tony leads 4-2. So you're looking for anybody better than Keenan Allen, basically, because he's at right on the cutoff, pretty much. These guys are all players that you've heard of. They all have made Pro Bowls. They're all good players, of course. They wouldn't score this many touchdowns.
Let me shut up.
Skraby needs one here.
They say
Oh, no. I would like to be a fly on the wall of his brain right now as
Well,
he talks himself
It
in
might,
and out of
it
these
might
answers.
be messy in there, though.
I'll tell you. Is that right? Now that guy, how long has he played for?
He was so mad. All right, Tyreek Hill. Yes, that was right. He's like, don't tell me he's wrong. He challenged me on that one. Still available is number 3 on the list. Number 6 and 7.
All right. I'm just going to guess someone who has to have scored a lot of touchdowns in their career. Saquon Barkley.
Saquon's Barkley.
If he doesn't have 70 touchdowns, what is this list?
Yeah, it's stupid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got 71. He's tied with Keenan Allen.
Oh, he barely crossed that line.
He's the last one on there, but he's on there. You made it, Skrabe. What? This list is stupid if Saquon Barkley's not on it.
I was about to rage.
4-3.
Tony was about to rage.
12, still 12 left.
I don't know how we could forget this dude.
Okay.
I think he just had his streak of 1,000-yard seasons broken. Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
Dang it.
He's third with 108.
I was just about to say that.
There's 3 guys over 100.
I got one more for you, dog.
You guys have named all 3 that are over 100. Derrick Henry 127, Devontae 117, Evans 108. Tony leads 5-3.
It's probably
Skraby
not,
with 1 strike.
Probably not Cortland Sutton.
Oh goodness, yeah, that.
Please don't say that
earlier.
All right, what about a guy they consider a Hall of Famer?
Guy that could, you'd think he'd have 70 touchdowns. Who is he?
Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews.
He's short.
He's a tight end, though.
I know, but he was getting like 10 a year for a while.
Yeah, not that long. He's got 57 touchdowns. Short. 2 strikeouts or 2 strikes for Skraby.
How about Mr. 99 himself, DeAndre Hopkins?
Didn't even think about that.
D-Hop.
Didn't even think about him.
I got to be honest. I would have never guessed this guy.
Really?
I wouldn't have either.
Crazy.
He's got 85 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really
Catch
good
radius.
6-3. This is usually these are competitive, but
Not so much.
well,
today.
Skraby is like messing with his own mind. I mean, when I start naming the answers, you're going to be like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. These are not crazy people.
But like
These are really
the problem
good
I'm
all-pro
having.
type players.
What problem are you
The
having,
problem
Skrabe?
I'm having right now, since we have enough time to kill because this game's about to be over, the problem I'm having is, has he played long enough to get 70
You just got to think of classic fantasy football.
I
players.
am, but
Score touchdowns.
I am aware.
But
But the ones that are
you're
coming to mind
missing.
right now are LaDainian Tomlinson.
He's not active.
I'm aware. That's why it's a problem.
There's an
You've been
act-
playing fantasy the
I hate
last
to do this,
8
but
years.
you're ahead 6-3. There's one guy on this list who scored 20 touchdowns this season alone. You think you might know who he is, but maybe you don't.
20 touchdowns.
Yeah,
this
you're like
year.
you're making it too difficult on yourself.
I mean, I don't know how long he's played. I don't think he's played this. I can't even say him.
All right, don't say him.
What about this? 20 touchdowns. Who the heck scored 20 touchdowns this year?
20? What does that have to do with anything?
Well,
He
I
told
gave him
me.
a hint that there's somebody on the list who scored 20 touchdowns. I'm trying to help him. There's people in the car right now like, come on, Skraby. How do you not know this and consider yourself a fantasy football player?
Well, I'm thinking of all the fantasy football players, but they're not. I don't know that they played long enough. Like Bijan Robinson has not played long enough.
He didn't have 20 touchdowns, so don't worry about him.
What about this guy? What about this guy?
Oh, goodness. Is the game going to be over? Or
I
are you
think
gonna
so.
Get one?
I think it might be over.
Come on. Go. Who is it? Who's your guess? Been enough time.
I don't want to say it because I don't want
So
the game
nervous.
to officially be over.
And you get as much time as you like. You're down 6-3. I think you need it. You're on the doorstep.
Can we get a position breakdown of who's left?
Sure.
Okay.
Just for you.
Thank you.
There's one quarterback on the list. That might help you.
Oh, I didn't even think of any quarterbacks.
There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 running backs left.
Wow.
And I'm going to say a couple of wide receivers left.
All right, I'm going to take a stab at the quarterback.
It's
All right.
probably the easiest one.
It's probably the easiest one. There's only one guy who scores touchdowns.
Well, there's 2.
Oh, my
Ah,
goodness.
that's a good point. That's
Oh,
a good
no.
point, there, sir.
Maybe you
Yeah,
might
but this
wanna
was
get
his
that.
worst.
That's a good point,
This
there,
was
sir.
Lamar's worst year. So I'm going to say Josh Allen.
Is that your official answer
That's
after
my
all
official
this
answer.
hemming and hawing?
Yes, of course.
He's got 81 touchdowns. Josh
That's
Allen
incredible.
is correct.
That's incredible.
79 rushing and 2 receiving.
One of them against the 49ers.
All right. 6-4. Tony, back to you here. Now you got all the hints that he got. So you got the 20 touchdown guy out there. There's no more quarterbacks. Most of these guys are running backs, all except for I think there's one wide receiver left. Everyone else is a running back.
Running back, huh?
Everyone's a running back except for one wide receiver on this list. Tony's slowing down. Maybe you get back in this, Skrabe.
I have a crazy name that I could guess.
How about Joe Mixon?
He's on there, 74.
Okay. When you think great running backs, you don't think Joe Mixon.
I'm not thinking great running backs.
The guy didn't even play this year.
I'm thinking running backs who consistently get in the end zone. He got in the end zone a lot. Just think if he'd have played this year, he'd probably been up in the 80s.
This is why I think this game is fixed, because no one in their right mind ever guesses Joe Mixon.
I guess Joe Mixon.
And
I'm a fantasy football player, sir.
All right, the 20 touchdown guy's still out there. Skraby's a running back.
Yeah, I wish I could think of him.
There's a 14 touchdown guy this year who's also a running back.
Is there any more wide receivers?
One more.
Is there a guy who didn't play this year but played last year who tried?
No, dog, you can't get that hit.
Because here's who I'm going to guess, and I don't care if the game's over. But this guy scored a lot of touchdowns. He was on a team last year. Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, don't guess him. I'm going to give you another one. No. That's so stupid that I can't even.
How is that stupid? You're like saying
he's way not active. He didn't play this year.
But you said if he was on a roster last year, which he was.
But
this year,
touchdowns last year.
This year, the season that just ended.
I bet you he.
This season.
I bet you he hasn't had double-digit touchdowns in at least 5 years.
This season, Skraby, season just concluded.
I'm aware of this, Chris.
Okay. I'm giving you a second life.
I am just
that guess was so bad.
It wasn't bad. It was a good guess.
Terrible guess.
It was a really good guess.
Try Larry Zonka or somebody from the. Come on, Skraby. 20 touchdowns this year. One guy. He was in the end zone all season
If it's so
long.
easy, then Tony could guess it too.
I'll guess it.
He may if it's his turn.
I'll guess it.
This guy scored every week, all year.
We're getting to the end here.
My goodness, Skrabe.
I can't think of it.
You can't even think of anybody? You got a running back?
Okay, I'm just going to say it. My guy, Jahmyr Gibbs. He hasn't played long enough.
Gibbs is he did not play.
Exactly.
This guy's picking 3-year vets.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going through each team.
They would have had to score like 20 touchdowns a season.
I'm aware.
Jahmyr Gibbs has 49. He's actually higher than CeeDee Lamb at least.
This game wasn't
another great guess.
How did you blow
By the way,
this
CeeDee Lamb has
game
been in the
so
NFL
bad?
for a little bit, and he
I don't know how you
catches a bunch of touchdowns.
Tony, how many of the other ones do you want to guess, or do you want me to list them?
Is Josh Jacobs on there?
Josh Jacobs, correct. 14 touchdowns this year.
Is Diggs?
I have Diggs on my list, but I didn't
Diggs,
know.
the only receiver left, was 75.
I
correct?
should have just guessed Diggs.
I don't know anybody else.
Well, you guys both are overlooking Jonathan Taylor at 20 touchdowns
See, that's the
this
thing.
year.
He's got more touchdowns.
But this thing, he had 2 seasons where he led the league.
Now, I'm going to give you.
I thought about Jonathan Taylor, of course. I didn't think he played long enough.
The other 4, I think, would have been tough. There's
Give us your hints.
There's 5 left. One has 87, but he only had 1 this year.
Who's that?
His role disappeared. Of Alvin Kamara.
Oh,
he got hurt.
This was tough. These last 4 are just too tough. Austin Eckler, 73. He got hurt in the second game this year.
Austin Eckler.
Yeah, 73. Kareem Hunt, 73. Aaron Jones, 73. James Conner, 72.
Oh, my God. I was going to say James Conner, too.
So you had a bunch of guesses.
But he misses a lot of time.
You just talked yourself out of guessing.
Because, I got a little weirded out.
I'd say you got a lot weirded
I hate
out.
this game. Wasn't that easy of a category.
So, you know what? We're
I should have
blaming the category chooser today.
When Christmas, okay, someone reminded me of this, but before the break, Tony, Chris was very upset with a Chris versus the fans question I asked about game-winning drives because he doesn't like game-winning drives.
I wasn't here for that, I don't think. So
He's shaking his head no, but it's true.
No, it is true. I don't like game-winning drive. I don't like the stat because they change it.
And he was upset that he missed the question because...
No, I'm not. You people. All right, we'll talk about this after the song plays itself out, and Tony celebrates an easy victory over you, Skrabe. Fantabulous Sports Game Show next Tuesday. We'll see how it turns out. Next, though, we got Chris versus the fans. See if Skraby could get his questions right. 833-288-0973.
Shots being taken.
The gondola pulls in.
Yeah.
It goes very slow.
Yeah, it slows down
like
for everybody.
really slow. As we're getting off, over to my left, there's a couple getting in the gondola, going up the mountain. So it's the opposite for them. They're standing there. The gondola comes up. The door opens. You step on. Well, there was a commotion.
Uh-oh.
There was a commotion.
Someone fell?
There was a commotion, and Lori goes, "Hey, there's a commotion."
She said commotion?
I don't think she said that, but we go kind of not hustling, but walking over there quickly. There's a lady who has fallen as she's trying to get into the gondola. She's now got one leg in the gondola.
Oh, no!
The other leg and body trapped underneath the gondola.
90.
No, she's probably in her late 50s. How do I say this best?
Oh, she's heavy set?
She's in the shape of somebody who's in their 70s. You've got to rescue the poor lady. She's trapped under the gondola. Of course, as soon as she falls and there's the commotion, the guy running the station stops the gondola.
Okay, I was going to
Which means everybody on the mountain and 4 miles away has to stop. Everybody has to stop while we try to extricate the lady from the gondola.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Underneath the gondola. She's got one leg on the gondola. The rest of her body is underneath the gondola. And when I arrive to see what's going on, I'm kind of the first or second person there.
You're a first responder?
Pretty much. The guy running the gondola place is busy stopping
traffic,
the ride.
Yeah.
No, he's stopping the ride.
Oh, okay, all right.
So we're kind of first there. Lori's behind me. The lady's on her back. She's looking straight up in the air. And the only description I have is one of utter panic and utter terror combined with total helplessness.
Oh, I thought you were going to say embarrassment.
No, total helplessness. She's not only trapped, but she's not even remotely doing anything to help herself. She's kind of in a panic, and you think something terrible is going to happen, or she does.
Okay.
I go over there. First thing, breathe.
That's what you said?
I told the lady to
That's
breathe.
Good, that's good.
I said, you're going to be okay.
That's good.
Just breathe.
That's good.
Try to relax.
That was the perfect thing you could have said.
As I'm stupidly pulling this 250-pound gondola, trying to pull it off of her. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're getting
the gondola is way heavier than 250 pounds.
Yeah, right. 1,000-pound gondola.
So you're trying to like move the gondola.
To just move it a little.
Is her leg like? How is she attached to this gondola?
Well, I told you, her one leg's actually on the gondola in the doorway.
Okay.
Then the rest of her body's underneath. What is stuck with her in the gondola is her belly, not her leg.
Oh, no.
That's right. Okay.
No.
So I'm pulling. By the time finally a couple more people pull and we are able to get enough airway to get her to scramble out of there. And then she immediately stepped on the gondola to go take her ride up the mountain. And off she went.
This is
I felt like I saved her life. I really do. I honestly feel like I almost saved her life.
I kind of will credit you with this.
You know, she was. I think if I didn't tell her to breathe, I think she would have gone into some sort of shock or whatever you do.
No,
she was
you're
going
right.
into
You're
a
right.
panic, Skraby.
You're
She was going into
absolutely
an absolute panic, and you know, I had to calming her down. I think was the number one thing. She wasn't in any real danger, but she wasn't feeling great because she was trapped under the gondola.
But
the
fact
look
that you said her belly was...
Yes, her belly, yeah. I'm telling you, Scrabe, it was a factor. And there's a couple of people pulling on an arm trying to drag her out.
I'm crying.
I know. There's people on the other side with their arm. They're trying to drag her. I'm like lifting the gondola so she can get a little room to get out of there.
You're like, hey, I'm going to take the gondola. It's lighter.
All right. I didn't say that. You did. But it was quite the scene.
I am happy that she's okay, obviously.
She's fine. If she got right on the gondola.
If this was a worse story, I would not be laughing. But she's fine. You did probably help her a lot more than you think you did.
I think so. Because she was able to calm down just a tad. The gondola pulls in.
Yeah.
It goes very slow.
Yeah, it slows down for everybody.
Really slow. As we're getting off, over to my left, there's a couple getting in the gondola.
Okay.
Going up the mountain. So it's the opposite for them. They're standing there. The gondola comes up. The door opens. You step on. Well, there was a commotion.
Uh-oh.
There was a commotion.
Someone fell?
There was a commotion, and Lori goes, hey, there's a commotion.
She said commotion?
I don't think she said that. But we go kind of, not hustling, but walking over there quickly. There's a lady who has fallen as she's trying to get into the gondola. She's now got one leg in the gondola.
Oh, no!
The other leg and body trapped underneath the gondola.
90.
No, she's probably in her late 50s. How do I say this best?
Junior Chris.
The gondola pulls.
Skraby got a Chris versus the fans headed your way. 833-288-0973 if you want to take on Mr. Ello. We talked a little bit about it earlier in the show and on the OT yesterday. Chris Ello is the Odyssey Fantasy Football League champion. And so, how did
I celebrate today, Skraby, when I came in?
Champ is here.
No. He
Oh.
was doing that whole
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Everyone, I have entered and I am great.
Bow down.
Yes. Peasants.
Peasants.
I will just say there are a few delinquent coins that need to be turned
I heard
in.
about this.
And
I think I'm one of them.
Once they're turned in, the prize.
Am I one of them?
Well,
you are
that
indeed one of them.
Okay.
We know you have the money. Tony and I know you have the money. Not going to say how we know, but we know you have it.
Okay, that's fair. Actually, I thought about that last week, and I was like, I can't remember if I paid this year or if I paid last
a
year.
likely
Because
story.
last year I paid on time at
You
the
were
beginning
first
of
to
the
pay.
year.
You were the
Yes.
first to pay.
So I
This
couldn't
year
remember
you were
because
not
it was-
on time.
Yes.
I'll just give Chris.
Yeah, so Chris, it's
Somebody.
not
Give me. No,
it's
I
not
want,
me.
No,
It's-
you give it to the commissioner.
Yep.
I want
send
my
it to the commissioner.
because I want to take my winning check and probably post it in my office somewhere.
You're just gonna. Wow. Okay, man, you must be making good money if you're just gonna give
Thomas
up that money.
Andrews,
Give
if
it
you're
up.
listening,
Yeah, you know what?
delinquent.
Oh,
Yes.
Thomas
Get it
Andrews.
in.
He
by
is
the
listening.
way-
He actually just texted
Yeah.
me.
By
Get
the way,
yourself
Thomas
in,
Andrews.
Thomas.
By the way, Thomas Andrews, if you're listening, this is why everyone in the league does not like you.
Okay,
It's
that's
not.
a lot.
It's A, because you won't put your lineup in.
That's the first reason.
But B, he was the last place finisher, if I'm not mistaken, or close to it this year. I looked at the transactions in week 13 before the championship weekend. He picked up a tight end.
Oh,
For
yeah.
what?
I don't
That's
know
a
why.
very Thomas Andrews move.
Come
right
on,
there.
Thomas.
Who did he-
Come on, man.
That's a very, very.
That is very Thomas.
That's very Thomas right there. So
And he's probably going to say, because I wanted to win the 11th place game or something.
I said, it's funny. While Skraby was conspiring with Sam to take you down, he could have got his buy-in back because he was playing in the third place game.
That's right.
Oh,
You
I
should have
know.
been paying
I
attention
know.
to your own
He
game.
lost that
No, I
game.
was. I really wanted that third place game because you get your buy-in back, and I didn't. I lost
Yeah.
the Braden.
Hang with him, dog.
My team just fell apart in the last 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah. All right. Without further ado, let's get to. Do we have any contestants?
we're good.
Let's get to some Chris versus fans.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
Howdy do.
now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
Chris Thomas would like for you to
It
know
was
that
the
it was
semifinal
second to
round
last.
that he picked up the tight end. Okay.
All right.
Either way, he wasn't playing.
Here is what we are playing for. You're qualified for a chance to win our grand prize. 2 tickets to see Sammy Hagar at Dolby Live at Park MGM, a 2-night stay at Park MGM Las Vegas, and a $100 gas card. Sammy Hagar returns to Las Vegas with the best of all world's Las Vegas residency. Get ready to rock with your favorite hits from the Van Halen years, Sammy solo hits, and more only in Las Vegas this March 11th through the 21st and September 18th through the 26th at Dolby Live at Park MGM. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Now, the rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. If Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it, and you will get that question for free today.
All right, who's the first contestant?
Let's go.
My eyes have already found the first question.
Walked in on the first question.
It is a no-brainer.
I like it. Let's go with Sorry.
What was that?
David was first. David was first.
David, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, David. Here we go. First question. What former NFL coach had the commercial catchphrase? Boom! Tough acting to acting.
Love it. Love the read.
Tough acting to acting.
Boom.
David.
Tough acting to acting.
Yeah, boom is a key part of that. Trying to help
David's
you,
still with us.
I'm trying to help him.
Adam.
Oh, he said Madden.
I think he got it.
Oh,
He did.
He
got it, Madden.
Nice job, David.
Madden. Nice work.
Boom was the key there.
Boom.
Yeah.
Tough acting to acting.
You know what I loved about
That was what's that foot spray, right?
Yeah, it was athlete's foot spray.
Athlete's foot spray.
Yeah. I thinking John Madden never used that product.
I think he used it.
I think he used it all the time.
John looked like the type that would walk around barefoot in the locker room, which therefore you definitely need to
You catch that disorder?
get some of that.
Yeah,
tough
you
acting
can
to
catch that
acting.
disorder. I had fun watching all of his old commercials while I was looking up because I wanted to, make sure that it was actually John Madden.
He's funny, man.
It was.
No, it was
good.
definitely John.
Yeah,
for sure.
Madden was the Snoop Dogg of that era. Like he was everywhere.
He
You couldn't
was.
escape the guy, but he was funny
He
and
was
he delivered.
bussing everywhere.
He delivered.
All right, here we go. Question number 2. Which NFL QB finished the season with the most interceptions thrown?
This year.
This season.
David's going radio silent again.
David.
Stafford.
Stafford. He says. I thought it was my guy, but he didn't play the last.
Yeah, he lost his job.
Tua was in the lead. I can't think of who would have passed him, so I'll say Tua. Say he hung on to the title.
He didn't.
Oh, Geno Smith.
Oh, Geno passed him, huh?
With a close second of Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold has 14 interceptions. That's crazy to me.
This is how much of a hater Skraby is.
I can't stand Sam Darnold.
He put Geno Smith 17, and then in parentheses he put Sam Darnold.
But Sam Darnold has 14.
And then he ended it with strange. Such a hater, dude.
I think what he's trying to say there is, how did the Seahawks did they really win those games?
Oh, yeah.
Like, maybe we should go back and see.
Hey, we should,
Did they, with those many interceptions, they couldn't have possibly won those games.
This is like the hanging Chad incident of like the 2000 election.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Is that 2000 election? Before I get
very
Gore?
That would know for sure, but
it was.
Yes, it was. Yes. All right, here we go. Question number 3. Who is the shortest player to ever win NBA MVP?
Shortest.
Boy. If you don't know, you can also pass.
Webb.
Who?
Webb.
Oh, Spud Webb.
Spud Webb.
I love Spud Webb. I haven't thought about him
He can
forever.
jump. Wasn't quite MVP level.
Stay there, David.
I got to go Derrick Rose.
Wow.
Congratulations. You lost your way to the championship. Back-to-back days of that.
That's how we're starting the year. Stay there, David.
The answer? None other than the answer. Allen Iverson.
He was shorter than Derrick
Shorter
Rose.
than Derrick
I don't believe
Rose.
he was 6 feet tall.
Hey, Allen Iverson definitely wasn't. He was listed at 6 feet tall.
I think he was like 5'10" or 5'9" or 5'10".
Probably 5'11", 5'10" at most.
What was Derrick Rose? Over
I think
6'2"?
Yeah. Listed at 6'2". Listed.
Maybe 6'1", 6'2".
6'3" it says.
6'3".
There you go.
God, I thought Derrick Rose was no longer than. Derrick looked so little when he used to go in there against those guys.
He was, relatively speaking, to the rest of the NBA.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul's a better half. Megan Reindl guessed it right on the chat. She
Atta
knew.
girl, Megan.
AI.
Very good, Megan. AI. Well, you understand why my mind went to Derrick Rose.
Yes, you're a Bulls
Bulls
fan,
guy.
all
so.
that thing.
Derrick Rose had an incredible year.
Yeah, he did.
That 1 year.
If he didn't, if he didn't tear his ACL,
the second year he was even better.
that's what I'm saying. If he didn't,
and they were the number 1 seed.
If he didn't tear,
and then he tore his ACL in the first playoff game.
If he didn't tear his ACL,
there's no telling.
The Heat were in trouble. They didn't have an answer for him at all, and they were the only team that wasn't really scared of the Heat at all. They wanted the.
They might have won it,
but
once
they lost him, it was pretty much a wrap.
And they got eliminated in the first
That's
round.
right.
They
That's
didn't
right.
even make it out of that round.
You lose your best player. It's a hard thing to handle.
You lose the MVP of the league. I mean, it's kind of a tough thing.
It does make you think that
rebound.
there are certain curses out there, but the Bulls already won like 6 titles, so
Yeah,
I don't think there's any curse
They're cursed.
in Bulls land.
There was curses before and after those 6 titles. As far as I'm concerned.
All right,
Many curses.
let's slide to break. Starting our 4 o'clock hour, we don't have any traffic for
Until
it,
the
but
end.
on the other side of this, though, a little NASCAR story developing. Seems like leadership had to step down after the lawsuit. And what comes of a lawsuit is something called discovery. And discovery can get ugly. It certainly did for one Steve Phelps. We'll get into it on the other side. More Gwynn and Chris.
There's a myth.
AJ, this season started off amazingly well, and it kind of had to tread water there in the middle part of the season. You go out, you make the moves to improve this ball club. Is this part of what you envisioned when you went out and made those moves?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we played great ball to start the season. Hopefully we start the year and the year playing our best ball of the year. And yeah, I think the deadline, we need to round the club out. So we thought we had a team that could get to this point. Probably, knew we needed some reinforcements. Our baseball ops team did a great job. I think seeing Freddie get the big hit tonight was fun to watch. I think it was all part of the puzzle, honestly, just rounding out the team.
I mean, throughout the course of the season, different things have popped up in terms of what you guys needed to add or what you needed to improve. Talk about this coaching staff, because they seem to pull a lot of things out of guys that hadn't reached the potential that we've seen them reach this year.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Gavin Sheets that comes here with the opportunity, talking to Schulte, Victor, Mike McCoy's done an unbelievable job with Gavin. You see guys like, at the end of the day, you look at the bullpen piece, it's David Morgan coming up through the organization, coming right into the mix in the big leagues. Schulte every day, every day is to talk about what baseball excellence looks like. It's a teaching class. The group is like, it's a thankless job. They're here at noon every day. They're the last guys to leave. It's a huge part of our success as our coaching staff. And when you can give them talented players and then see those guys achieve and overachieve, that's a testament to the work the staff does every day.
Probably one of the moves that doesn't get talked about enough is you bring Nick Pivetta in kind of last minute. You had to get creative. Just talk about that signing and how big it was for this ball club.
Yeah, it's kind of fitting he's on the mound today in a clinching game because he's been that guy all year long. I think he was a guy throughout the offseason kind of monitoring his market. And, with Joe's injury, Musgrove being out, we knew we were a little short on the starting pitching side. And, we got to February and, a guy like Pavetta's still out there who our R&D teams talked about for the last few years is a guy that we thought we could take to a different level. And he's become here and been unbelievable, been the ace of the staff. It's great to see him out there.
Can we talk about Manny Machado? I mean, you got to see him reach some career highs this year. This was your first real big signing you brought here, and now for the first time in 19 years, this team is going to back-to-back playoff appearances. this has got to be kind of all coming together. Obviously, there's a big prize at the end that you want to get to, but this has got to feel right now.
Yeah, I mean, you can really go around the room and talk about, thought process and where we're at with trades, free agent signings, but obviously bringing Manny here to San Diego, you're bringing a superstar in the prime of his career in a city where kind of people were used to those superstars going out the other way. You've seen it your whole life. To do it where Manny came in, he was kind of that first piece, that foundational piece. We talked about in Havana Harry's and Coral Gables when we were kind of doing our recruiting pitch, myself and Yaine and Manny, this being the norm. And at that time it was a little bit more of a dream and a vision, but Manny bought in, he wanted to be a part of it. Everybody knows he's the guy here, and he's the one that kind of started this whole thing. And to see him year in, year out.
Sounds like Manny has intercepted AJ.
He has indeed. Last one. AJ, you have introduced a portion of Padre fans to some of the best years of Padre baseball. And as I said, I know there's an ultimate goal, but how do you feel? You've been kind of the one spearheading on it. I know you don't like to talk about yourself, but I think you got to on this one.
I mean, I know Jesse and you talk about these being the golden years. That was the idea. And I think when Peter Ron sat down with our group in 2016, it was, hey, when we get to 2020, we want to be good year in, year out this decade. It's just fun to bring a lot of joy to the fans of San Diego. We have such a good organization, such a good group. It's great to be a part of it. Got some steps to do now. It's like getting in is the start. Now it's all about trying to win that World Series ring and go put a flag here in San Diego.
Dry up. Enjoy yourself, brother. AJ, the season started off amazingly well, and it kind of had to tread water there in the middle part of the season. You go out, you make the moves to improve this ball club. Is this part of what you envisioned when you went out and made those moves?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we played great ball to start the season. Hopefully we start the year and end the year playing our best ball of the year. And yeah, I think the deadline, we needed to round the club out. So we thought we had a team that could get to this point. Probably, knew we needed some reinforcements. Our baseball ops team did a great job. I think seeing Freddie get the big hit tonight was fun to watch. I think it was all part of the puzzle, honestly, just rounding out the team.
I mean, throughout the course of the season, different things have popped up in terms of what you guys needed to add or what you needed to improve. Talk about this coaching staff, because they seem to pull a lot of things out of guys that hadn't reached the potential that we've seen them reach this year.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Gavin Sheets that comes here with the opportunity, talking to Schulte, Victor, Mike McCoy's done an unbelievable job with Gavin. You see guys like, at the end of the day, you look at the bullpen piece, it's David Morgan coming up through the organization, coming right into the mix in the big leagues. Schulte every day, every day is to talk about what baseball excellence looks like. It's a teaching class. The group is like, it's a thankless job. They're here at noon every day. They're the last guys to leave. It's a huge part of our success is our coaching staff. And when you can give them talented players and then see those guys achieve and overachieve, that's a testament to the work the staff does every day.
Probably one of the moves that doesn't get talked about enough is you bring Nick Pivetta in kind of last minute. You had to get creative.
Remind me not to take a bite of my protein bar when you flip us back on the air. Now I'm chewing on.
Not the first time.
I just want Adam to know that I'm eating in the studio.
Sometimes I just enjoy looking at Skraby's face when he notices you're doing something that really irritates him.
I mean, there's a lot of
he's just
things
over here shaking his head.
I don't know who I can irritate more with the things I do. The two leading candidates in the category.
I know where you're going with
Lori
this.
Ello or Matt Skraby. I tend to be able to irritate both of them.
Number one,
on a consistent basis.
I think when I got into radio, everybody I talked to in radio told me you don't eat during the show or you don't eat certain foods during the show because it doesn't sound good when you. So that's how my brain has worked forever.
Yeah. Our parents used to tell us that if you turn that light on inside your car while it was moving, that you had broken a whole bunch of laws.
What?
In the car? I don't know about you guys, but
I also couldn't go swimming for 30 minutes after I ate. I mean, there's a lot of dumb things out there.
Tales out there, dog, that you just gotta kind of unwind yourself.
This is not a. I think when our work is talking, we probably shouldn't be eating while we're talking.
Yeah, but I wasn't talking. I was waiting to come back on the air, and then you snuck it in on me there. I think you know what?
It in on him.
I think honestly, from now on, I think this would be fair. I don't think it'll happen, but I think now when we're in a commercial break, I think you, as a producer, ought to say 1 minute.
I've done this before,
and then I think you should say,
I think we're
back
a little
in
more
30
trained
seconds.
now.
No. I've done this before, and Chris doesn't listen. Tony knows that's true. That's why he's laughing.
Why are you bringing me in on
That's
this?
why he's laughing, because he knows it's true.
1 minute till
No.
we're back on the air.
I'm not saying I've done it recently, but I have done it in the past where I'm like, 1 minute.
I think we're better.
So like over 8 years, how many times have you done it? Like 6 times?
I used to do it a lot. I go 30 seconds,
I've not.
and then I'll go, we're back, and then Chris will go, huh?
I do vaguely remember doing it a couple times and being annoyed that he was doing it, but
I don't know. It might be helpful now.
I think we're a little more. I think we're in a better place for it to happen now.
Jim Harbaugh, big story today, fired as coach of the Ravens. He had been the 8th longest tenured NFL coach
in
history.
Oh, history. Okay.
In history, 18 years with one team. Mike Tomlin, 19 years, is the longest active. Andy Reid is now second, 13. Skraby, do you know who's third?
Is it Kyle Shanahan?
Kyle Shanahan, 9 years, tied with Sean McVay and Sean McDermott.
Sean McVay's been there for 9 years?
Yep, apparently so.
That's the cool kid class right there.
Sean McVay, 92 and 57 record. Shanahan, 82 and 67.
Oh,
McVay with a 10-game lead.
Sean's
your guy.
Are they in the same tree too?
They're the same tree. They're like best friends.
Yeah, Sean. So Sean's letting him
I
know
guess
about it,
after
too.
they beat the Colts on Monday night, Sean McVay maybe jinxed the 49ers because he texted Kyle Shanahan saying, "Your team's on a roll right now."
He did it on purpose.
Yeah, he jinxed them.
Yeah, he wanted to.
Wanted to jinx.
They're in the same division.
Good coaches can overcome jinxes like that.
That's true.
So
Kyle
they
may
don't
not
worry
be
about
that
stuff like
good of a
that.
coach.
Did you guys know that the odds for the Panthers to win the Super Bowl are worse now that they're in the playoffs than it was before the year?
Really? Yeah, that's
funny.
Fair.
That is crazy.
Here's something that wasn't funny.
Shout out to the Panthers, by the way.
Getting in, 8
Bryce
and 9.
Young turned
The
himself
old 8
into
and 9 year.
a playoff quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, 8-9. They backed in.
Hey, I said that.
And,
that conference, that's what they do. I don't know if that's a Panther issue.
They did beat the Rams like 3 weeks ago, and they're playing them again.
Had to have it.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody thinks they'll beat them again, but who knows?
My friend's a little crazy about the Rams, and she loves the Rams. And she told me, we're going to go watch the game because I need to see the reaction. She told me that if they lose, she will burn her Rams jersey in front of everyone.
Wow.
And I believe her.
Yeah, I have a tendency to believe
So
it too.
what? She's never going to root for them again? That's it?
No. She's just
gonna
be
buy
so
a new
angry.
jersey.
Yeah.
When time comes.
And she has plenty of jerseys. It's just she's like, I'm just going to burn this one.
Speaking of burning, Steve Phelps.
Oh, man.
Commissioner NASCAR. Well, he's no longer the commissioner NASCAR. Burned bridges, apparently, Tony, as it were.
Yeah.
This was all part of a lawsuit that was going on, I guess, filed between one of the teams?
It's Michael Jordan's team.
Michael Jordan's team, right, and NASCAR. And Phelps called out the owner of that team, Richard Childress, who's a pretty big NASCAR name, if I'm not mistaken.
Name, yep.
Can I read what he wrote? I mean, it's in quotes.
Yeah, go for it.
Just
this is Chris Ello reading these words.
This is the words of Steve Phelps. He called this guy a stupid redneck who needs to be taken out back and flogged. Wow. And he put it in a text or an email that everybody could have and keep.
Yeah.
And they said, this guy can't be leading our association. He's out now.
What happens when you do things like this and discovery happens, it gets out. And apparently it pissed off one of their biggest sponsors.
Wouldn't it though?
That led Bass Pro Shops founder Johnny Morris.
That is a big sponsor of the NASCAR.
An ardent supporter of both NASCAR and Richard Childress Racing, to write a letter demanding Phelps' removal as commissioner.
And he was able to get it.
And he was able. 20 years Phelps was the commissioner.
Yeah.
It took one email from the founder of the Bass Pro Shop.
That can get you.
He go.
I mean,
but that's really stupid to write that and put it out there.
You can't even blame it on his age at this point. Like,
this was a really.
You know what
dumb
this is?
mistake.
This is testosterone at its finest, right here. I mean, you are that upset that you needed to put this in writing.
You think that much of yourself that
That
you
too,
are
that
can't
part
be
too.
touched.
That part too.
Perhaps 20 years as commissioner.
So he had. I mean, listen, he was already in a bad shape after having his lawsuit. Basically, Michael Jordan's team said they were monopolizing. It's a complicated way how ownership happens in NASCAR.
It was very hard to understand.
It was super complicated, but basically Michael Jordan and I think a few other owners said that NASCAR was monopolizing that part of it. They won, so he took that L, and in the process of taking that L, the discovery part happened. Then the Bass Pro Shop founders jumped in, and now he's jobless. Now, mind you, I shouldn't say mind you, I think the other part of this coin is Phelps was wanted by many different sports organizations. And,
not going to be wanted anymore.
And his letter would let you believe that he's going to pursue some of those other sports jobs out there now.
Good luck.
I don't know that they're going to be as willing and as they want you as much as they did before.
I'll tell you another thing, and I'm reading this story, and maybe Steve Phelps somewhere else in another story that I'm not reading did apologize. But I'm not seeing that.
I didn't see that in his remarks.
All I'm seeing is it gives me immense pride to have served as the commissioner for 20 years. Our sport is built on this and that. He basically goes through the 20 years of everything he's accomplished.
Except that part, right.
But he doesn't say, by the way, I'm kind of sorry that I did this. So, those are things that bother me. It's one thing to make that mistake and you deserve to be fired, but you compound it by not being able to face up and say, hey, I messed up.
This is also like NASCAR is not, they're trying to clean up everything, because remember was it COVID where Bubba Wallace they found a noose in his garage?
So I do remember that.
And all that stuff. So they've been really trying hard to get that out of NASCAR.
I hate to
calling someone that word, Chris.
And listen, he's been at the helm of all of that.
But calling someone that word,
he still got it in there.
I mean, there's so many fans that would take offense to that word, because NASCAR is a lot of people that are from the country.
And it's just the fact that
I like the way you.
Yeah,
I got nervous when you both started looking at me, and I was like,
why don't we start talking politics and Donald Trump
All
instead?
right.
That's less dangerous than going down this road.
I was just saying, like it was a bad thing to say.
Right, good, you're good. We got your point. Good.
I didn't mean to.
I know
What's
you
wrong
didn't.
with Tony? What happened?
But he was worried about you going
He's
off the rails
writhing in
there.
pain right now.
I don't want you to. I don't want something to happen here on a silly NASCAR chat.
I wasn't. Yeah. Okay. Let's just move on.
Let's
Tony,
move
are you
on.
Okay.
Tony, I think we're gonna have to take it to break.
All right. I will tell you that in the Big Five, guys, our guy Peter Schwartz sent me a radio call. We're gonna play Rate the Radio Call. We're also going to talk about Tom Izzo screaming at his former player.
That was great.
Yeah, so we'll talk about all of that in the Big Five. We'll check on Tony's knee when we get back as well on 97.3 The Fan.
Ben and Woods on
Seconds, got the headphone on.
He did give you a heads up.
Yeah, it was
ready.
good.
And you were just about to pick up your
I was going to have my string cheese. I put it back down. Very
Why
good.
don't?
Skraby.
Okay, can I ask a question? Because my brain doesn't allow me to file this away as okay. Why don't you just open your string cheese when the break starts?
It's just one of those things. I mean, I think about it when I think about it. I don't know.
The brain says I'm hungry, so then I pick up the string cheese, and then boom. That's how it happens.
Like,
normally,
I have
you know why? Because when the break starts, I'm still dealing in my mind with what you just said at the end of the last segment.
Okay, fair enough.
very
trying
true.
to sort that
Very
out.
true.
Fair enough.
We have moved into the time of the Big Five. Skraby has put together what he thinks is a entertaining.
So you got a good one today?
Big Five.
Oh, I got a really good Big Five today.
Now, I don't believe we have traffic
It'll
at this
be
point.
whenever it gets updated, we'll play it for you.
We will eventually get there. Lakers are in action tonight for those who care like myself. New Orleans in about 30 minutes will be hopefully getting their head knocked off. Right now, currently, though, in the game that we bet, Louisville-Duke, Louisville up by 8 in the first half. So
we ought to get that game on one of the
think
two marquee screens in the studio.
if you indeed missed it, John Harbaugh has been relieved of his duties in one publication and is just out in
Just
the
been
other.
fired or whatever they want.
The
He's
other
not coaching
publication.
the Ravens anymore. Wouldn't it be just, I mean, I'm not funny at a point, but Adam Schefter, everybody, right? NFL Network, wouldn't it be kind of just one time if the Ravens came out and said, I don't know what everybody's talking about.
Yeah,
he's still the
he's
coach.
still the head coach
Yeah,
here.
he's still in his office.
That
Like,
would be
everybody
something.
just missed it by that much.
That would be something.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened very often.
Not really, but
which usually tells us that the reports are pretty accurate.
I think it's going to happen one day, though. Because we're jumping ahead so quickly now.
I don't know if we necessarily need to talk about. We don't need to talk about the political side of it, but in the whole Venezuela situation, there are
some athletes there that
many
can't get back
baseball
here.
players that are playing out there or have been playing out there or even from there, and you wonder how this may affect them getting back to the States with all of what's going
Does
on right now.
Venezuela normally have a team in the World Baseball Classic?
They do. It's usually one of the top 3 or 4 teams every year.
Something.
And so at least everything that I've read, it is still expected to participate, but there are a few players down there playing winter ball. And I know Jackson Cherio among
that's
one
a
of
pretty
those
big name
guys. Luis Angel Acuna, Ronald Acuna's brother, is also a guy out there. So we kind of keeping an eye, see how that kind of transpires. All right, let's get to our big
I
five.
got a couple more stories before we get to the big
go ahead.
five.
Let's go ahead and handle that. You okay?
Traffic
Skraby?
is ready, so I'm moving it. That's
All right,
why
go
I was
ahead.
quiet.
Move it.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Looks like folks are doing a pretty good job of staying out of trouble on our roads. Crash is cleared on northbound 5 past Claremont Drive. And fire crews have doused a small brush or encampment fire westbound King Freeway past Lemon Grove Avenue. So, yeah, speeds are looking pretty good for you there. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
First, I would like to tell everyone that we are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how.
We know how.
That was great. They need to hire you to do a little jingle for them.
I do a little jingle on the side, you know.
Tony's not adverse to doing a little advertising work on the side.
Oh, I see.
He's got a few clients.
No lies told.
All right, let's get into it.
Number 5.
And we're going to have some fun to start the Big Five today. I was sent a video by our esteemed colleague, Peter Schwartz, and it was a radio call, the final play between the Ravens and the Steelers. We're going to do a special edition of Rate the Radio Call. So here is the Pittsburgh Steelers radio booth calling the play.
Loop ready. Here's the snap. Here's the hold. Here's the boot by Loop. And that kick is no good. No good. It's wide right. No he missed it. Loop missed it. And your Pittsburgh Steelers are AFC North champions. Woo! Oh, baby. Oh, baby. What did we just witness here, Rob?
All right, so that's it. I have the video, but I didn't want to play it because there's nothing really to look at. Although there is in the background, I think the Baltimore Ravens booth is like one booth down, and you can see because there's a guy with his hands on his head. One guy takes off his headphones and just puts them down. Anyway, so
your favorite guy kind of set that call up pretty perfect, I must say, Chris, Mr. Tirico.
Oh, he did, yeah.
He said,
I had the sound turned way down for him.
He set it up pretty good. He brought up the fact that, as you did yesterday, that Baltimore has been consistently able to rely on Tucker to finish these games. And here is the young kid's first opportunity.
Oh, that's a fair thing to bring up.
And I'll tell you what, the other thing I thought was impressive was Derrick Henry. I don't know if you guys saw his comments after the game.
Yeah, I did think that was impressive.
They asked him, what did he say? And he basically, said that he spoke with Loop, told him, hey, this situation will, if you allow it, will make you better. It's tough right now. And I just thought, those are the type of things you want to hear from your leaders.
Yeah, definitely. Like if I was Tyler Loop and Derrick Henry came to me.
Unlike your boy last year. He wasn't
like Deebo Samuel told the guy to go take a walk. In this field
ready to fight him.
You know what the funniest
as my dad used to say, he was ready to go to Fifth City with him.
You remember you know what is the most karmic thing ever for Deebo is that they ended up on the same team, Jake Moody and Deebo.
Oh, that's right. They sure did. They sure did. Moody was on a few teams this year, I believe.
He was on the Bears, and then that guy came back, but he ended up with the Commanders, and so Deebo and Jake Moody back being
ready
teammates,
to fight him again.
I guess. Can you imagine him walking in, Deebo just throwing something? All right. Oh wait, we didn't do anything on this. Tony, you're up first. Rate that radio call on a scale of 1 to 10.
We've learned over the years that you got to rate NFL calls a little differently than we do in the rest of the broadcasting world. I'm gonna give it an 8. They seem genuinely surprised and happy all at the same time as Luke missed that kick. In his voice, you could almost feel like they expected him to make it.
Yeah, Chris, 1 to 10.
I thought play-by-play guy was solid. I thought what have we just witnessed here was
too much,
just outlandish almost. The radio, I would think that the color guy got like a $500,000 bonus because the Steelers made the playoffs.
Well, he's a former player.
What have we witnessed?
he was really excited.
Imagine yourself being in that moment.
I can see it.
You would. I can imagine
in the same way I can see myself dejected,
like with your hands on your head. Yeah,
I can see it.
Throwing your headphones a little
Although
bit.
I don't know that I would be running all over my play-by-play guy though. But that's
true.
That's a baseball thing.
That is true.
The woohoos were not great either.
My favorite part too is like I guess there is a lot in this video for people to watch.
The woohoos were not that
The
great.
spotter just has
Did he go nuts,
his
too?
finger. No, did his job perfectly.
Oh.
Sat there, calm as can be, with his hand on the number that the guy needed to say, and he just sat there. I was like, man, that's pretty
a good spotter
Yeah,
right
that
there.
is
He didn't
good
have a
spotter.
bonus like the color guy did.
No.
Number 4.
There's one thing for sure happening this NFL offseason, and that's Tom Brady is going to make his mark on the Raiders. After firing Pete Carroll, rumors are circulating that Brady is making the case to bring in current Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores as the next head coach, potentially pairing him with former Giants coach Brian Dable as an offensive coordinator. Some are saying this is the superstar coaching team that will take the Raiders back to prominence. I say, are they superstars? But that's not my question. Chris,
what's your question?
would these two big personalities work? Would Brian Flores as a head coach and Brian Dable as an OC work?
I think they could, but I think the Raiders are beyond help almost. I look. Tom Brady should be good. He should understand what winning is and what it takes to win. But not every great player is a good owner. See, one Michael Jeffrey Jordan. One of the greatest. He never won anything as an owner.
I got a good take on this one. I just thought of it.
Okay, and Brady is kind of a part owner, and everybody's saying, well, he ought to just jump in and make all the decisions. To me, it doesn't guarantee anything.
I don't think. I think Brady is making that decision for everybody.
Well, I don't know, but I'm just saying, Brady. There's no guarantee. I think Brian Flores is a great. I like him, but I think the Raiders are kind of a. I think that's an owner thing. That's because it's how many coaches in a row now? How many GMs in a row? How many?
It's a lot.
It's been going on ever since Al died. Hate to say.
Yeah. Here's what I think. I think it's not quite the Michael Jordan thing. You gotta remember, Michael was like a superior athlete than everybody else, and he was willing to outwork most of the time when he wasn't gambling, right? Tom, he's kind of had to
a little more cerebral.
maybe?
I
mean, he's not only that. I just think he's had to have learned how the intricacies work in an organization, being in the Patriots time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know that the Bulls were ever, praised for the way they handled their roster. They just had the best player on the planet every year, whereas the Patriots had to reinvent themselves like a billion times. As much as I hate to give them any credit, they did. And I feel like he had to learn. Seems like he's too smart to not have learned anything. I'm going to give him some grace because it's really the first year that it sounds like this is going to be the first year they give him full autonomy to make some of these decisions. And I like the idea of Flores and Dable. Dable not a head coach. He's going to be an offensive coordinator. He can do that.
Brian Flores already paid his dues by going back down.
Went back. It's put together a pretty good Viking defense. I think that has a potential to work.
All right. Well, keep an eye on that.
Number 3.
Yes, we will.
A weird scene during the Michigan State USC game last night with Spartans coach Tom Izzo screaming at a former player to get the bleep out of the arena.
It's still weird that USC and Michigan State are playing
It's
a
kind of
conference
strange.
game.
It stinks.
Video-
Tonight, UCLA's playing at Wisconsin. I'm sure. What's his name? Ben, UCLA coach Ben Howland.
No,
I thought it was Mick Cronin.
Oh, he used to be Ben Howland. Yeah,
Cronin.
right. I'm a coach behind. Yeah, Cronin is, I'm sure, thrilled to be pulling into Madison, Wisconsin tonight in the snowstorm.
No doubt.
Well, he played or coached in Cincinnati forever. He's like, I already left this Midwest stuff. I went to UCLA.
Trying to get the sun.
Anyway, so Tom Izzo, here's what happened. Video footage captured former player Paul Davis standing up and shouting something at referee Jeffrey Anderson from his courtside seat across the floor from the Michigan State bench. Anderson responded by immediately blowing his whistle, stopping play, and then pointing directly at Davis, with Tom Izzo going to the referee, getting the information, immediately looking at Paul Davis, and saying, "Get the bleep out of here! What are you doing?"
He kept saying, "What are you doing?" Yeah, like what are you doing?
I think Paul Davis was a little drunk because he was sipping on
picked
his,
up his beer on the way out.
It was a twisted iced tea, I believe.
Okay.
I may be wrong about that. I haven't drank in a while. But here is Tom Izzo after the game. And by the way, I've looked everywhere for what this guy said to the referee. Apparently, it wasn't sexual. Apparently, it wasn't racial.
Apparently, it was just loud and obnoxious.
Yeah. So here's Tom Izzo.
You know, I love Paul Davis. I really do. He's one of my favorite guys. He's always calling and doing things, but what he said, he should never say anywhere in the world, and that ticked me off. So just because it's 20 years later, I'm going to have to call him tomorrow and tell him what I thought of it. And you know what he'll say? I screwed up, coach. I'm sorry. So he kind of got after the official, and he was 150% wrong. And for a guy like me to 150% agree with the official.
He goes on to say, he's a good guy. He gives a lot back. So this might be an isolated incident of something that happened.
That was an alcohol incident. Let's be honest.
Well, Tony, I'm not going to go away from, is this guy wrong? Is this guy right? In a world of very shady college athlete or college coaches, do you think Tom Izzo is actually a good guy?
Yeah, I do.
Tom Izzo?
I think he is.
Does he present something different than what he is?
I think, it's. I think Tom Izzo is one of the last remaining old guard coaches that
Calipari,
when
maybe
you
the other.
when you send your child to him, he looks at it as a responsibility.
Seems
not
like
only,
he does have their best interest at heart. Maybe it's not true, but it seems like it.
It certainly seems like. I think in 2026 you can't say for sure about anything.
Yeah.
But he certainly seems like his consistency in which he is talking about things that he should be talking about, or at least bringing them to our attention, I think speaks to the type of character I think Tom Izzo has.
Chris, do you think he is actually a good guy?
I'm an Izzo fan. I've never been able to predict correctly, though, what years he's going to make a run in the tournament.
Me neither.
I don't think
Some
he has
years
been
they
able
go to
to
the Final Four, and the next year they're out in the first round, and I can never quite figure it out. There was a story I saw criticizing Tom Izzo because if you're in his spot, you're always going to take somebody.
Yeah.
And they said, who has he ever produced that's in the NBA? Other than Draymond Green, maybe.
What does it matter?
Well, the point that they were making was he's got talented kids, but he worked, and this is really reaching, but he takes talented kids and he molds them into a team to win college games, but he doesn't get the players the proper freedom to become great NBA players. I'm not saying I agree.
I know
with
you're not
it.
saying that.
His job is to win college basketball games.
There was Patterson that went to Michigan State that had a nice career. I think what was it, Lewis, the big forward? I think he also went to Michigan. I'll say this: he may not be even recruiting those type of players. I mean, Draymond turned himself into the star we seeing him at now. But when he got drafted, he wasn't he was a second round pick.
Right. So they're not giving Izzo the credit even for him.
Right. He's
saying
producing,
he turned himself into an NBA player.
He's producing. But that's my point is he's producing. These guys are winning college basketball games.
Yeah.
And largely without a whole lot of NBA talent. Whereas most of these schools who are winning have a ton of NBA talent.
I mean, there's something to be said for recruiting guys that aren't quite NBA because they might stay in your program.
And I'll tell you what,
that's a hard one.
He's not one of the coaches that we see consistently with players getting themselves in trouble often.
Agreed.
And so, I think there's something to be said about that.
I wish there were more Izzos. I'll say it that way.
I was looking up guys in the NBA. I don't know if he coached Michigan State in 2001, but Zach Randolph
he definitely coached. He had Zach Randolph too.
A list brought up a guy. I have to stop the show to tell you that Pig Miller played at Michigan State and in the NBA.
Did Pig Miller play it?
Pig. I've never heard of Pig Miller.
His first name was.
It says Pig on his little thing.
Yeah, his first name was something with a T, I think.
Yeah, it just says Pig Miller signed a contract. Okay. Anyway, we'll get moving on to the next.
Number 2.
No matter what happens with Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons, he is going to make his money. The Falcons and Cousins restructured his contract today, making his 2026 guaranteed money $67.9 million.
Anthony Miller, by the way.
Oh,
he was a Laker at one point.
I've heard the name Anthony Miller. Poor guy is called Pig.
He was in the movie Eddie.
The guy they say that the best current Michigan State player in the NBA, other than Draymond, they say is Jaren Jackson. Just saying.
Yes, that's
He's on
right.
Memphis, maybe?
Yes.
Pretty good. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, they made his guaranteed money, Kirk Cousins, $67.9 million, but his salary cap number is going to go from around $35 million to just $2 million. Now, some are saying this is the real reason that GM Terry Fontenot got fired. So here's my question, Chris. Is signing Cousins to this in the first place a fireable offense? I'm not saying fireable at the time, but down the road.
It depends if the owner really cares. I mean, you look, the Dolphins gave two of the thing, and that guy, he got sent packing. But I don't know what you do. I mean, if you're going to do a quarterback that is going to be your guy, this is what you have to pay him. So, but I think those are mistakes that can't be made anymore.
Yeah.
Not every time, but most times. That's a lot.
So you're saying that if they sat down in the office, they could point to this move as a reason?
I think you could do that.
Okay.
I saw one quick thing on the same subject that the Raiders are still paying $10 million to Josh McDaniels.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
And $10 million to John Gruden. And $8 million to Antonio Pierce. There's a list that goes on and on and on and on.
$28 million.
Just in dead money.
No, it's total to 50. There's a couple of other guys that I can't
some
think
more
of.
that you didn't name. Okay.
The Raiders are paying $50 million right now
How is that good
to
business?
coaches that aren't coaching their team.
That's crazy.
$50 million.
You're throwing $50 million away.
Could you imagine signing that check? You'd feel
It's
terrible.
in their defense, though. The John Gruden thing wasn't their fault. Like, they had their coach that they wanted, and then the NFL was like, you got to get rid of him.
Got to go. Number 1, Matt Eberflus.
I didn't really get the answer, but that's all right.
Yeah, let him answer.
Yeah, what do you got to say? Is signing Kirk Cousins in the first place a fireable offense?
It becomes a fireable offense when you didn't turn around and draft a quarterback.
What I'm thinking. There's some miscommunication.
You kind of outed yourself at that point. You could have just let the wheels fall off with Kirk Cousins, and then it's your fault at that point. But once you brought the quarterback in the same year, they had to start looking at you like, well, what are we doing here?
Yeah, there's got to be some. That's still very weird. But Fontenot, no longer there. Raheem Morris, no longer there. Arthur Blank looking for the next coach. All right, on the other side, I don't know that we need to finish the Big Five.
But it's Matt Eberflus.
I need
to
Matt
take a couple
Eberflus.
more shots.
Talk about him
while
next.
the body's still warm.
I hate Skraby. And if little things
Kicks underway. I don't think that's the way. Kicks underway.
Kicking
Haven't
him
heard
off.
That one.
Kicking him off.
Yep. 501. Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr., Skraby. Skraby's got the Chronicles coming up at 6. We have a segment that I like and that Tony Gwynn Jr. likes and that Skraby is not fond of. So we're going with it, of course. It's called Chris's 5 Fun NFL Playoff Facts. And they will be headed your way in about 15 minutes.
Just real quick, just to clean up the whole Paul Davis thing. He has issued an apology.
Oh,
okay.
Spoke to the official today. He got the phone call from Izzo. He saw that number. Same anxiety.
Paul Davis. We're talking the Michigan State guy.
Michigan State. He apologized. He said that he apologized to official Jeffrey Anderson during a conversation today. He said he's sorry for being a distraction for Michigan State's players during the strong start this season. Davis also apologized to Michigan State fans at the game, those watching on television, along with the parents and kids for not being a role model.
I accept.
It is
Davis called. He didn't even wait for Tom to call him.
No.
He called Tom.
I'm surprised he wasn't waiting outside the gate last night when Izzo walked out.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never had this happen. I hope it never does. But can you imagine being booted from a game like that? I mean, the whole stands are stopped and looking at you. I mean,
I've been on the cusp of being kicked out of one of my kids' games, like just talking too much. And it's embarrassing to get the warning.
Even to get a warning.
Warning. And that's in like a high school setting.
Yeah. Warnings are very effective.
This isn't a college school like Michigan State. Like, that place was packed, and you like.
Oh, I mean, and Tom Izzo made a big deal about it.
Cursing at you across the court.
I'm assuming he's a tall guy because he's a former basketball player.
Yeah. He's 6'11", by the way. Yes.
So
he's
walking out of the stadium. He's very hard to miss walking out of the arena.
As he's slamming his ice.
As he's slamming his alcoholic beverage.
Yeah.
Good on him. Good on him.
Good on him.
Good on Tom Izzo. He scared the bejesus out of him, and that's
I'll tell
why
you, the referee
there.
knew the right guy to go to. He didn't go to the
he didn't even go
PA
to the
announcer or wherever
right
he went.
to
He went
Tom.
right to Tom Izzo and he said, "Get that guy out of here."
How often have you seen that?
Not too often, but
no.
he knew who was the guy in the building who could make something happen.
Yes.
For sure.
Another news item: Kirby Yates signed with the Angels, 1-year deal.
It's official.
Yeah, official.
Yeah.
He was an Angel once before, I believe.
I think
This is
way back when.
Yes,
second
I think
trip.
it might have been his start of his career was an Angel.
I think so.
We still have a big 5 to finish, buddy.
I was.
Wanted you to know.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Does he know?
Well, I think he's giving it to you to finish.
I didn't know you were handing. I'm just making sure. Kirby.
Not an Angel.
He played for the Angels for 1 year.
There
He
you go.
started with the Rays.
I think that's who the Padres picked him up from.
He actually played 1 game with the Angels, so he's back.
Waiver wire pickup from the Padres.
Yes.
From the Angels.
All right, Matt Eber, Flus. The Dallas Cowboys fired him, as Chris has told you very emphatically and very
Chris has been befuddled.
happily.
Chris has been befuddled how he had the job in the
Right.
first
I
place.
had I'm not rooting for the Cowboys. I just think it's a typically dumb move by the Cowboys.
The defense finished last in the league in points allowed per game and 30th in yards allowed per game. Owner Jerry Jones stated,
Otherwise, they were right there.
That's what Jerry was telling us all year, though.
Jerry Jones said, after reviewing and discussion the results of our defensive performance this season, this is not a Jerry Jones accent, it was clear that change is needed, end quote. Eberflus is here's my question.
Yeah.
Eberflus is the 4th defensive coordinator for the Cowboys.
I was
in
just ready to
4
address this.
years.
I was just getting ready to address
Now,
it.
Dan Quinn got a new job.
Name all 4 of them real quick.
Dan Quinn went to the Commanders. He got a new
Head
job.
coach.
Mike Zimmer, not there anymore.
No.
So, and then now Eberflus is fired. So this will be the 4th.
that
This
they're
will be
named.
the 4th.
Now listen, Chris and I have been on the other side of this.
So my question, sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Is this an organizational issue or an Eberflus issue?
Is it me?
Yes. Or no, it's actually Chris.
Okay,
Please,
go ahead, Chris. You go first.
I
I think we know the answer.
Well, I'm going to defend him a little bit. I really am. The guy was pretty darn good as the defensive coordinator of the Ravens, was he not?
Yep.
So he had a lot of talent there, and they were top 3, 4 almost every year. So what it comes down to me is the talent really does look at Cliff Kingsbury. He got fired today because Jaden Ramsey didn't make it through the season.
Yep.
Jaden
Daniels, thank you. And last year he was in the finals. I'm looking at a guy like, because this has upset me the whole season. The guy's name is I'm sorry.
Is it Anarumo?
No, he's the defensive coordinator of the Texans right now. Matt White, something like that. He is number one in defense in the NFL right now. They're the best by a long shot, right? He was 3 years with the Dolphins. I remembered him, and I looked it up. 29th, 30th, and 20th in defense when he was coaching them. Now he's first. I don't know. Is he that much smarter?
What you're saying is
I'm saying the talent is what matters, and Dallas didn't do Eberflus any favors.
No, they traded the best defensive player before the season started.
Right.
So Jerry's not off the hook on this, and I agree with Chris. Eberflus was. Listen, we can pile on him as a head coach. He seemed to be a little over his head on that side.
Yeah.
But as a defensive coordinator.
Matt Burke is defense coordinator of the Texans. Matt Burke.
And listen, I'll say this about Matt Burke in Texas. He also, as a head coach, that is a defensive-minded head coach who was a defensive coordinator
They
before.
also, wasn't it second and third in the draft one year? And
That's
they
right.
got Anderson and another guy, like two of the best players right in a row.
So, yes, he's working with a little more talent and a head coach that is already on the same page as him.
Right.
But listen, I don't think it's just an accident that they've had. Now they're going to be their fourth defensive coordinator. How many head coaches? Well, they could have had a new head coach. They stuck with, for whatever reason, they stuck with McCarthy for as long as they did.
They're going to do the same with Schottenheimer, too, because they don't want to admit they're wrong about him.
I will say that this seems to still be Jerry sticking his hands in things he shouldn't stick his hands in.
The Dallas Cowboys look like they're going to be bad as long as Jerry Jones is running it. I don't know any other way to say that now. It's been 15, 20 years since they've been good. I'm sure Cowboy fans will never agree to that comment, but if they think about it, they might have to agree to it.
I think their last real shot at Super Bowl was that year with Des Bryant in the Packers playoff game where it wasn't a catch. I think that was their year.
I think that was.
Okay, so out of the last 25, 30 years, they've had one year.
Shot. Yeah.
That's not very good.
Yeah.
Can't fire the owner.
No, you can't, unfortunately. All right. Well, that's it for the
I saw Bill Barnwell, who I like. He had his postseason award winners, and I thought it'd be fun to look at and see what you guys think. MVP. Let's start at the top, and then here it is. I found it. Defensive Rookie of the Year. You're not even going to know who this guy is, I don't think. Carson Schwessinger of the Browns. Bill Barnwell said no defensive rookie had a good year. Basically, everybody who was highly touted got hurt. Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Your boy Carter was not playing games.
He was second. He was second. That's how bad it was. Abdul Carter was second on his list. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Jackson Dart was third. Tyler Warren of the Colts. The winner was McMillan, the receiver for the Panthers.
Yeah.
No.
Well, who would you go with?
Shuck. Quarterback
of the Saints.
No shot.
Quarterback is so much harder to play in the NFL.
But he came in like what?
He only played
like 4 or 5 games.
He only played 5 games.
My man played the whole season, and he was.
They have actually Shuck and Dart matched up here. Shuck threw for a few more yards than Dart.
Dart's a crash.
Dart had 9 TDs.
That's why.
Anyway, Shuck did okay.
He is a crash dummy.
And
it's
funny, he does mention Shuck's impressive second half and saying deserved mention.
Mention, that's it.
Protector of the Year. I've never heard of this award.
Yeah,
I guess it's like the offensive lineman that Trent Williams is third, which is weird. Some guy from the Colts is second, but the only reason I bring it up, Aaron Brewer, center, Miami Dolphins, first.
He was the only one blocking, apparently.
I guess so, because I thought they had the worst offensive line I've ever seen.
He was the only one blocking.
He must have been getting all 5 guys.
He won all his matchups.
Right. As they came around all the other guys, he was getting everybody, apparently. Comeback Player of the Year. I like this for San Diego guy. The winner, Chris Olave of the Saints. Saw the concussions last
for him,
year.
man.
Great comeback year for him.
I saw him, talking about, thinking about having to retire because of all these concussions, but he had a nice bounce back year.
This is a tough category. So you guys want to get in on Coach of the Year. Where would you go? 3, 2, 1. It's hard to do it off the top of your head. I know I didn't give you any
I know who my Coach of the Year
Who's
is.
your Coach of the Year, Skraby? You going with your guy? Would you give it to him?
Kyle Shanahan.
No?
Kyle Shanahan has one of the best players in the league.
Well, they won a lot of games with a lot of injuries.
It's not Mike Vrabel.
Not
Ben
Vrabel.
Johnson.
Use Ben Johnson for you.
I think it's Liam Cohen.
Cohen.
I wouldn't be mad at Liam Cohen either.
Okay, here's who he went with. Third, Ben Johnson. Second, Kyle Shanahan. First, Mike McDonald, Seahawks.
Yeah.
It's hard. There's so many good guys this year.
Beat y'all behind that last game. I think he deserves it.
That's who he went with. Defensive Player of the Year. He went with.
49ers won the first game, probably.
All right.
They didn't win when it mattered, though.
He went with. Well, they might matter again,
That's
Tony.
true.
They could
That's
play
true.
each other a third time. Myles Garrett, Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year. I'm mad because Puka got it over JSN, but that's Bill Barnwell. Puka
How
did
is it
have some
not
great games.
Bijan?
Not there. Trey McBride third, according to this. And
Bijan
then-
had like a crazy amount of total yards from scrimmage this year.
MVP, Josh Allen third. It comes down to those two guys, Stafford and Drake May. I don't see it. I know Drake May is good.
Yeah,
I don't think he's the MVP, but Bill Barnwell does.
Stafford looks like an MVP to me.
Yeah, and he's also thrown 8 more touchdowns than Drake May, and he led the league in yards. I never stand up for a rant, but I will. In this case.
You don't. You're right.
No, his argument is the Patriots won 14 games and their division. The Rams won 12 and did not win their division.
Can we?
First of
Hold
all,
on.
I hate that argument.
I'm just
because-
giving you
I know
his
it's not.
argument.
I know
Don't
it's not
yell
your
at me.
argument.
Chris,
I know
you're
it's
an
not
idiot.
I know it's not his. I know it's not your argument, but the NFC West is way tougher.
3 teams won 12 games.
Way tougher.
Yeah.
And and Stafford, the offense is built around Stafford. For May, they got 2 running backs that they can hand the ball off to.
You got to go Stafford. 46 touchdowns to 8.
That's crazy.
Drake May 31 touchdowns to 8.
And he had.
I don't see that even.
Wait,
being
he only
close.
had 31. I thought he had 38 touchdowns.
Well, he had rushing, but I'm saying passing 31 to 8. Stafford 46 to 8.
Stafford threw 3 interceptions in that week 17 game, so he had 5 basically entering.
Right. Stafford
that
had
game.
400 yards more passing. I know the rush yards. May 450. Stafford 1. Got 1 rushing yard.
I can't
But
remember the last
just-
time I saw Matt Stafford run.
No, but I think Stafford's the guy. We'll
Me
see who
too.
wins it in the end.
Can
But
we?
that's
I
where
mean,
that-
I
We
feel
gotta
like.
go to breaks, Greg.
Well, we're too
He's
far
upset.
past now.
No,
He's
we're
upset.
not. Dude, we got a break earlier this way.
All right,
He's
remind me to
upset.
rant on Drake May.
Okay, you can rant and we come back.
From the 855.
right now. He really wants to get off of this Skraby. This
Skraby tape.
Drake.
It's a Skraby tape. It's like in the
tape.
Scooby-Doo show, the Scooby snack. This is the Skraby tape.
Remember when we did this, guys?
Your attention, please.
It's that time of the show when things take a turn for the worse.
Oh my God, what are they doing?
It's time for the show's Nathan Peterman to take us home.
Why do we really need this?
Skraby's take starts now.
We used
When
to do
was
it.
that?
Okay, so it was way back when Thomas and Will worked on the show.
That was
6 years ago.
I love that.
But
Skraby's take.
it was
Skraby
when I
take.
wasn't trusted to talk as much on the microphone, which I think people will probably enjoy if I went back to that.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Skraby's come a long way,
But
sports-wise.
so
Let's
you
just
guys
put
gave
it
me a
this way, it's a
segment
good
at
thing
the end
Bill
of the show.
Barnwell wasn't anywhere near.
I probably have never told you guys this. Well, I never told you this. There were times where early on, we tried to keep you off the mic as much as possible.
I didn't do that.
Is that
I
true?
would never admit to that.
He would never admit to that,
Right.
which is fine. I know.
You've come a long way, my friend.
When I first got into radio, I was one of those guys who was sitting in his car. I could do that. Those guys have such an easy job. Then I get into it, and it's not as easy as you think
We
it
have
is.
a bunch of your moments on the board as we speak.
All the time. It's not as easy as you think it is. But yeah, that was the Skraby take from way back when. My
Let's
Drake,
hear your Skraby take for today.
oh yeah, my Drake May thing is I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's going to continue to be a good quarterback. Side note, it really bothers me that he's a Patriot because Patriots fans had Tom Brady for all those years, and now they get another generational quarterback.
Is he generational? We call him
Well,
that already?
I mean, they've already anointed him.
they're going to give him the MVP, and it's his second year, right?
Yeah. It's his second year.
Yeah.
First full year.
Are there any cases of guys winning MVPs very early and then like not
fading?
Yeah,
I'm sure
Has
there
to
are.
be. Has to be.
in the NFL, I feel like that might not be the case, offensively at least.
It's hard to believe he's going to just regress from here unless he gets 10 concussions like Tua did, because Tua was not MVP quality, don't get me wrong, but he was way better than he is now.
I just like,
So-
you know what I do like about Drake May is his brothers. I don't know if you guys saw.
They put the heat on him, right?
They gave. So I don't know if you guys saw. Remember the Fab Five, 30 for 30.
Yes.
And you remember when it got to the Duke part, and they was like, "What's the first word that comes to your mind when you think of Duke?" And they all went through it. They kind of did a spoof of that with their brother. What's the first? And they used the same words as they were going to his brother, and it was pretty funny to watch. You could tell he comes from an uber athletic family. Like before he got to the NFL, he was like the low man on the totem pole.
He may not even be the best now.
He may not.
Yeah.
He may not.
So last night on the Skraby Show, I apologized to two people, one group and one person. I apologize to Liam Cohen for saying he was a garbage coach
You was
before the
hating
year.
on him.
I
All
said it
because
was
he
trash.
got at Mr. Sala.
No, this was before the year. This was before that.
I didn't
And
know.
I also apologize to Patriots fans. I did not apologize to Mike Vrabel. He does not need the apology, but Patriots fans get an apology because I did say that they wouldn't win more than 5 games this year, and they won 14. So that is pretty bad.
They
Our
almost-
resident
they
Patriot
almost tripled your trouble.
Yes, the resident Patriot fan on our chat, Nate, says about me, "What an angry soul! Such a hater."
It's true. It's very true. He is an angry
Nate,
soul.
how do you listen to this show when we just try to I mean, I can't. The Patriots have caused me more anguish than anything on earth.
Does it bother you that they've found the next thing at quarterback?
I don't know.
They just had 20 years of Tom
I'm
Brady.
so used to the Dolphins finishing third and being insignificant that it's hard to really bother me about it anymore.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I also think that Drake May and the Patriots, the NFL wants to push because it's a good thing when the Patriots
Well,
are
we'll
good.
see, because you said they're not going to win a game in the playoffs.
I think all of the NFL was just fine while the Patriots sucked the last however many years.
But they really
But
want
now
the
the
young
Chiefs
up
suck
and
too,
coming.
Tony. We
that's
got to
true.
bring the Patriots back.
Gotta have one of them.
Got to have one of the two.
Can't have anybody like, the 49ers win a Super Bowl or
I mean, they
anything.
get their chance.
Scrape, do you
They
think
blow
there's
it,
a room somewhere where this weekend 6 games have already been determined?
No. I'm not that
You don't think
crazy.
there's a script?
No. I don't think there's a script. I'm just saying that they're very...
Have they brought a couple of the officials in for a quick talking to?
No, although I did see that there was
has
a
Carl Sheffer's been called into the Park Avenue offices?
Hold on. There's a referee that's reffing in the 49ers Eagles game that is
an Eagles fan. Is that what you're about to tell me?
Well, he grew up an Eagles fan.
Get out of here.
And he also, I can't find it right now, but he, in games that he officiates the 49ers, they do very poorly. In games he officiates the Eagles do very well. So there you go.
Okay, they already planning their exit strategy, the 49er fans.
Oh, I'm fully preparing to lose just so I can be surprised.
You're such a great fan.
I would rip on.
Chris said that yesterday.
But
You're
I would
such a
rip
great
on
fan.
you for that. But I you know what? I would do the same thing. I mean, Miami hasn't won a playoff game in so damn long that I couldn't expect anything different.
Oh, here it is. Alan Eck is going to be the referee. The Eagles are 8-1 in games he referees, including the 2023 NFC Championship. 49ers are 3-6.
Was that the game where you guys had no quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, they were going to lose that.
Exactly.
Anyway, but
that was
49ers
Alan
are
Eck's
3-6.
fault.
He grew up in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
You're so silly, dude. That's all you got?
Yeah. It's just very funny. It's very funny. Wouldn't you say
I believe Alan Eck's license plate says "Fly Eagles Fly."
Actually, I'm looking at
he pulls it in a lot. He's ready to go.
Now that the Chiefs are in the playoffs, we have to try to find some other team that's going to benefit, and it's going to be the Eagles. So.
Okay. Well, as long as hey, fine with me. As long as it's the team playing the 49ers.
Well, speaking of the
I'm
49ers.
left with nothing less to root for, unfortunately.
Speaking of the 49ers, they are one of the many playoff teams that Mr. Ello may or may not have a note on.
Wow.
We'll find out next segment.
Wow.
Coming up.
Duke was down by as many as, I think, 12, 13. Duke's come back. They lead Louisville 54-53 second half. That's probably the big game of the night, at least right now. Later on, the Aztecs play at Nevada, 8 o'clock for tonight's Aztec game. Mark Ziegler was on with us earlier, talking some Aztec hoops if you want to look that up. You all know how to do that by now.
Or you could go to Gwynn and Chris SD, watch the YouTube. You could also go to @97.3 the Fan SD or 97.3thefan.com.
You all know how to do that. You guys got it. You guys got it.
What if someone just moved here and they're like, I don't actually know how to do that?
Well, they do now. You just told them.
All
So
right.
we're good to go. All right, biggest fan, Skraby, if I can find it on this horizontal.
How did
sheet
a
of
landscape versus vertical cause so many issues?
It's caused me a lot of issues.
I like vertical personally, but I'm just one of the
Okay,
guys.
fine. We'll go back to vertical.
Good.
Can I ask you a question? What made you change it?
Because
what
the
was the
sheet
thinking?
with all the reads we have and everything, it pushes everything down into different pages, and so you guys can't. So I'm trying to get it in one page.
I'm willing to stick with it for a little
Well, he's
bit.
not.
I mean, yeah. I guess he's the only one that matters because you're printing his. Mine is on the tablet here.
Is it on the tablet horizontal too now?
It's definitely wider on the
It's
tablet.
better for you, right?
Yeah. It's not. No, that's not necessarily. But I'm willing. I'm flexible.
I'm going to the
flexible.
Google Docs. I'll be the final judge of this.
All right. Should I
Play
read
some
the
traffic?
name?
No, we got traffic, don't we?
We
Before
don't
we
have
get the
traffic.
name. Oh, all right. Well, then I'll give you the name. Ooh.
That's why you said that.
Don't know this fan out there, but I believe she is a long lost relative of Matt Vasgersian. Her name is Meg Vartersian.
Nice job.
Nice
Chris.
Thank
job.
you. Varteressin. Meg Vartersian of Cardiff.
I-A-N.
Hope if we got you, give us a call within the next 10 minutes, 833-288-0973. If you call us, Meg, you'll be qualified for the grand prize, 20 tickets, and the night in the Odyssey Suite at a Padre game with all of our staff here, catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. Remember, the rest of you, register your name at 973thefansd.com/biggest fan. Meg Vartersian. I think I left an E out, but I gave you my best shot, Meg.
Texas Tech is loading up, huh? This is the top portal for the defensive line. They just took our defensive lineman, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, Texas Tech, they're not messing around.
No, they're not. They also signed a quarterback. I don't know where he played before, but here's the big deal about it.
They have said that they're in because they got the loot to pay whoever they need to pay.
Whoever Texas Tech gets on defense, they might want to think about one player that can play offense, because that looked like one of the worst offenses I've ever seen.
Well, they got one of
day.
the best quarterbacks in the country, but here's the controversy around it. He's making $5 million reportedly for next year. Shedeur Sanders' contract with the Browns over the next 4 years is less than $5 million. So tell me how that makes sense.
It doesn't.
It doesn't at all. Why would you ever leave college?
I would just say this
They're
about
not.
Trey White.
They're
too.
staying at college.
As good as Trey White has been for the Aztecs. Star, right? MVP, the Mountain West, the whole thing. He could go to Texas Tech and not even start, because you don't know how many guys they're going to sign before the season goes.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not saying he won't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying be careful what you wish for out there.
I think if for a guy like Trey White, he was all conference every year he's been in
I
the
agree,
conference,
Tony.
right?
But
I think there's something aside from the probably over $1 million he got. There is something that wants to see you test yourself at
agreed.
that
If
level.
you could get on the field,
That's going to be part of the
What if
test.
they- what if
First,
they
you got to
sign-
get on the field.
what if
you
they
know?
sign 4 edge rushers at $2 million apiece? Who knows? Texas Tech might do that.
Let me say, we do know, regardless of how much you're getting paid, unlike the professional realms, they're going to go with the guy who ultimately
I agree with that.
is winning. Because we've seen in the professional realm, this such and such is getting paid this money. He can't come out the lineup. He can't come out of the starting rotation.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, everybody's job is predicated on them winning. It doesn't matter how much money you spend.
I know that Stacy Terry Hudson, our coach of the women's team, if she's hearing this segment, she knows who I'm thinking of, because our player last year who won the Mountain West tournament MVP, and she was on this show, Veronica Sheffy, took the money, don't blame her, but went to TCU, and she's on the bench. They have way more players that they signed.
Is she on the
bench?
bench?
And I feel bad. She could have been the conference MVP here. She wouldn't have made the same money.
This is where you get into
this is the conundrum.
This is where you get into the idea of if this is where my stop is going in this college level, might be the most money she makes.
I don't disagree with that. But I'm just saying she's missing out on a year of experiences.
Yeah, no doubt.
There's something to be said for those.
I agree.
Traffic, my friend?
Traffic is ready, yes.
Okay.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Well, I must have jinxed it, guys, because now we got a few problems here. We got a crash on southbound 5 before SeaWorld Drive. Car and pickup truck involved there over the right shoulder. Then, right before 8th Street, South 5, there is a crash involving several vehicles. That's all over to the right shoulder. We're also getting reports of a possible encampment fire near the Adams Avenue on-ramp to North 15. Some smoke visible in the area. Southbound 125 past the King Freeway. Accident involving a couple vehicles. That's over to the right shoulder. In the North County, eastbound 78 near the 15, we have reports of a stalled pickup truck in the left lane. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Okay. Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. I got your 5 NFL playoff notes for the upcoming weekend. And to oh, okay. She's correcting my pronunciation. All right, she won though. Good for her. Skraby's so loud. He's on the phone over there talking to our biggest fan winner, Barteresian. I thought I did pretty good. Way to go, Meg. All right, are you done interrupting us?
I'm not.
No, you have to do what you got to do.
room.
Okay, you got to do what
but
you
you're
got to
loud.
do.
It's hard to concentrate.
Barteresian.
And she's very excited.
Good for you, Meg. Biggest
you,
fan.
Meg.
You're
Good
in the
work, Meg.
hunt. All right, here's my first NFL note. Let's look ahead to the Super Bowl this year. The last 5 underdogs have all covered in the Super Bowl. 4 have won the game straight up. Last year, Philadelphia was a 1-point underdog to the Chiefs. They won. 2 years ago, your Niners were actually favored over the Chiefs. Chiefs won. Prior to that, Philadelphia was favored over the Chiefs. Chiefs won. The only favored to win in the last 5 years was the Rams, and they did not cover the 3.5-point spread against the Bengals. The last time, and this is interesting to me, the last time a Super Bowl favorite was favored by a touchdown or more, you got to go all the way back to 2008. That's 18 years since there's been a touchdown favorite in the Super Bowl.
I mean, that's the type of Super Bowls we've
They've been
gotten.
getting good matchups, right?
Who played in that matchup?
Pittsburgh was 7 points over Arizona.
Wow,
and that was the classic ending of the game where Holmes caught the ball. All right, next note. 7 seeds against 2 seeds in the first round. This started in 2020. So there's been 10 such matchups. The 7 seed has only won once. Green Bay at Dallas in 2023. If I remember that game, Green Bay led like 41-0 at halftime. Not that bad, but they blew them out in the first half. And they went to the halftime on Fox, and Jimmy Johnson was livid that the Cowboys could be so far behind. And he gave a speech.
Yeah, he did. I remember that.
Remember that?
I do remember that.
You guys got to get your act together. You got to believe you can win this game. I'm like, Jimmy, you're not talking to the players.
He was losing his mind.
Yeah. That's the only time a 7 seed has beaten a 2. I looked this up because we keep talking about getting a bye. So the last 5 years, the number 1 seed has gotten a bye. And then they play after the week. The 1 seed is 7-3. They've won 7 of the 10. There's your whole thing with the bye.
I think in the NFL, you can people don't argue this as much because it's been happening for so long.
But still, I'm just saying, last year, one of the teams with a bye was Detroit, and they did lose to Washington. Washington. All right, here's another note for you. Seattle and Denver are the number 1 seeds this year in the respective conferences. Same thing happened in 2013, and they both made it to the Super Bowl. that year. I put this in just for Skraby. Denver beat New England to win the AFC. Seattle beat San Francisco to win the NFC. I think that was the Richard Sherman, Aaron Andrews game.
Probably. And it was also the first play of the game. They snapped it over Peyton's head.
In the Super Bowl, they did.
Real quick, I don't know. Richard Sherman was telling the story of how the Crabtree hate started. Did you guys see this?
I did not see this.
He was saying that everything, they had no real beef, but I guess one day or sometime during the off season, there was like a get together. All of them were there. And I guess Crabtree had a few pops. And like he said, Crabtree was like sizing him up, like telling him he couldn't wait to face him off in the playoffs and that he hadn't really been able. And he said the whole time he was, going back, he was thinking to himself, like, I don't remember Crabtree like having like great games against me. That's how he said he knew it was kind of the soda pop thing. But he said he started to get like it kind of got a little physical because he was, had a few pops. And he said he just was locked in from that point on. Every time he faced Crabtree
was not getting it. Well, look, it's not Crabtree's fault. They called the stupid fade pattern.
They did.
6 times.
They deserved it.
Crabtree was also, if we're going to talk about him for a second, he was also a major disappointment. He held out. He didn't play the first 6 games of the year.
He was legit for a little while, wasn't
he? 2
he?
years.
Okay. Here's the final note on that. Since 1978, when the seedings began, 47 years of playoffs, 12 times the 1-1 matchup has materialized in the Super Bowl. So about 1 out of every 4 years, you get the top seeds on both sides to make the Super Bowl. Of course, if it happens this year, it again would be Seattle and Denver. Houston and Pittsburgh matchup. Talked a little about this yesterday, but this is interesting to me. Steelers, 25 division championships, number 1. 34 times in the playoffs, number 1. And this is all since the merger. Steelers, 65 playoff games, number 2 behind only Dallas. Houston, 14 games, the fewest of any franchise. Of course, they came in later. Pittsburgh, 21-12 at home all time. Houston has never won a road playoff game. Memo to the Texans is this weekend.
Can you add this to your the what's his name? Mike Tomlin. I don't know. I forgot. Mike Tomlin's Monday Night Football record is very good, and they are playing on Monday Night Football. I don't believe he's ever lost a game.
Oh yeah, he beat
he's undefeated.
That's right. When he beat the Dolphins, it was some crazy number.
They haven't lost since like the Bill Cowher days.
So Mike Tomlin's never lost a Monday night game at home, or maybe one. I have to look it up.
Let me look.
Yeah, interesting. Texans got their work cut out for them. All right, Skraby, this one I saved for last. 49ers in the wild card round. How have they done through the years?
Wild card? I think
wild card round. They played 8 times in the wild card round, which isn't very many.
No.
I'll tell you why. The Eagles have played 20 times in the wild card round.
Whoa. Does that mean they skipped a lot of wild card rounds?
It just means the 49ers usually either win the division or they don't make the playoffs.
All right.
They don't do anything in between. The 49ers are 6-2 all time. Pretty good. Haven't lost a wild card game since 2001. Lost to the Packers.
Dang it.
Sorry, I was too early on that. They've won their last 4.
That was in San Francisco too, wasn't it?
I think it was in Green Bay. I
believe it was in Green Bay. Yes.
I think my family was in Hawaii for this game, and I woke up at like 4 a.m. to watch it.
The only other 49er wild card loss was a game I remember fondly. 1985-6, the Giants beat them 49-3, and they broke Joe Montana's back in half.
That's right.
Sorry, Scrape, but
no, I mean,
for all of us,
they were cracking them.
They were cracking this poor Montana. He had no chance against those
Banks
guys.
was coming around that corner. Just
unbelievable how good they were.
I remember the highlights of that game.
Yeah,
it was
not pretty. But otherwise, 49ers have done well, Scrape. So we'll see. Eagles in their 20.
By the way, real quick, Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, they go back to the 90s on Monday Night Football being undefeated.
That's the Cowher.
That's even Cowher time.
Yeah. So they haven't lost in forever on Monday Night Football at home.
This actually won't count, though, as an official Monday night game, even though it's played on Monday night.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like they're not going to put this in the annals of Monday Night Football.
No, you're right.
The annals.
It just happens to be
It's
a
way
Monday
too
night.
close to another word.
What word?
I'm not going to say.
What did you think of that segment, Scrape? Now that we're done with the
it was great.
NFL note segment?
I love it.
Money as always.
Yeah. I
Doesn't
like
like
it
him.
because I learned things I didn't know before.
I like your note on the Tomlin thing.
Stuff,
No, that was
dude.
good.
Don't use my stuff.
That was
Don't
good.
use your stuff. What do you mean?
That's what I said. That I learned something that I don't really know. When you were complaining about it, that's what I said at that point.
Oh, I see. All right.
You said you had something to stretch us, Scrape.
Oh, I do.
So I left you an opening.
Number one, tomorrow we're gonna have. I forgot to tell you guys. We're going to have our guy John in Temecula come in at 2:20, and Adam is going to do a spice or like a salsa taste test with the ghost peppers because Adam said that he wanted to do this. So we're going to do that tomorrow.
Wait, you're doing the ghost test?
No, Adam
tomorrow?
is.
Oh, Adam Klug.
Yes, Adam's going to come in. John Temecula is going to bring his stuff, and he's going to do a little taste test at 2:20. Adam signed himself up for this. So
I'm definitely gonna have the.
What time does that
I'm
get
definitely
underway?
gonna have the meta
2:20.
glasses on for that.
2:20.
2:20 tomorrow. But
All
the
right.
story that I want to talk about was there's a news story out there. Andrew Marchand is like the it reporter for media.
Yeah.
And so Clayton Kershaw is apparently a top studio target for NBC's upcoming MLB package.
This is the Athletic, huh?
Yes. Networks are also high on Joey Votto this offseason. Joey Votto, is he too weird?
No, Joey Votto would be perfect for television.
Can you see Clayton Kershaw being an analyst?
No, I cannot.
Yeah.
Clayton's fun though. He's just not necessarily fun on his start days, but I think he would
Can
do
we
well
just
too.
fire all analysts and make Snoop Dogg the analyst for every game?
I don't know if we need Snoop everywhere.
Everywhere.
He's already
there.
everywhere.
He's already there.
He doesn't mind. He would do it.
Snoop's gonna be
he
calling-
doesn't mind.
Snoop's going to be calling figure skating next month. at
It's
the
about the
Olympics.
only way you're going to watch it, isn't it?
I think Snoop would be great though at figure
He would be
skating.
incredible.
No, he's too long.
Oh, as a
I
figure
meant a
skater,
commentator.
He's
he
way
would be
too
good.
long.
Yeah, he's too lanky.
Steelers have won 23 straight Monday night games. That is correct. Last time they lost, 1991 season, lost to the Giants. Mike Tomlin, overall on Monday Night Football, home and away, 22-3.
So that's a good.
That's what the
sign.
Texans have up against them. Monday night.
Man.
The Saturday night game is on Prime Video, just for everybody to get upset about.
So we got what
that's
two
Bears
games,
Packers.
2 games Saturday.
2 games Saturday,
it's
3
just
on
the
Sunday.
one on Saturday is on Prime Video. So
Okay.
you get a regular game
Sunday,
Saturday.
what we got? What are
Sunday we start with I believe Bills.
Well, I mean, what channels are we working with?
They're all over the place.
Are we
Fox and
NBC.
Yeah.
Fox and
any
ABC.
other streaming joints besides
No,
Prime Video?
No, Prime is the only
Okay.
streaming joint. Why, when I say that, it sounds goofy. When you say it, it sounds perfectly fine.
Because you say it's streaming joint.
Yeah, I don't do it well. Yeah, that's the only one. But you know what, Tony, and I've been working on this. All 6 games figure to be popping.
They are.
that was
wow.
that. That was that.
That was good, my
All
friend.
right, I'm working on that.
Yeah, no, all 6 games will be popping.
Wait,
for sure.
There's 6 games? There's only 5, I thought. 2
I'm
on Saturday
sorry.
and 3 on Sunday.
You're right.
And 1 on
5.
Monday.
Oh, there you
duh.
go.
2, 3, and 1.
What an idiot.
Total
There you go,
6.
Stray.
I don't do math. We all know this.
You're just tempted
if
to do
everybody's
it.
keeping track, Rams Panthers first game on Saturday is on Fox. Second game, Packers Bears.
That's at
Prime Video.
That's at LA
No, it's at Carolina.
Carolina because they won the division.
That's terrible.
Yeah, you don't like that rule. Packers Bears
12
is your,
team win has to go to under 500 team.
Packers Bears is the Prime Video. Sunday, CBS Bills Jags, Fox 1:30, Niners Eagles. 5 o'clock Sunday night, NBC Chargers. Patriots.
Chargers, go.
Yep. And then Monday night, it'll be ESPN for the Texans Steelers. All right, very well done. Scraby's next with the Chronicles. Tomorrow,
Right.
Adam Klug eats hot ghost peppers.
Yes.
Can't wait.
That is going to be fun. I'm going to come in early. Get ready.
We should have
wait a minute.
We should have a
Wait a
camera
second.
follow
Wait.
Adam after he eats this.
I'm sorry.
pepper,
I have a quick question. Is he going to eat them in the studio? Because
Oh,
not allowed to eat in the studio.
Oh, he's got to go outside. He's got to go outside.
That's a great point.
Got to go outside.
Coming in hot, Adam.
Man, I'm gonna have to call him in the morning and figure this out. That's crazy.
Chris
Good
brought
job,
up a good
Chris.
point.
Yes.
See y'all tomorrow.